serving all of eastern Utah. This is News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM. KOAL. Price.
Welcome to the KOAL High School Baseball Game of the Week. Welcome back to Lindquist Field. 3A state playoffs. The Carbon Dinos in Grantsville will be starting here pretty soon. Welcome to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Sonny Buscarini, Aiden Mortensen. Welcome to the afternoon game as we start at 11 o'clock. The Carbon Dinos winning 26-13 over Logan, a marathon game. Started at 11 o'clock. It was a 3-hour game. The next game that started a little bit late. Then we had a lightning delay. So the game going on now before the Carbon game is in the bottom of the fourth inning, and it's a high-scoring game as well as Canyon View leads Manti 17-7. In the bottom of the fourth inning, that's up at the top of the bracket. They call it one bracket, two bracket. So that's what's going on there. But we need to worry about Grantsville and Carbon. The Carbon Dinos played Grantsville yesterday. They lost 6-4, but they gave Grantsville all they wanted. You got to remember, Grantsville is the number 2 seed. Carbon Dinos came in number 11. They had a 4-0 lead, but you know what? What makes Grantsville a good team? They just keep playing ball. They came back in the later innings and knocked off the Carbon Dinos 6-4. So we expect another game just like that again today. The first two games, high scoring. Aiden Mortensen joining me in the booth now. The way the first two games have gone, the Carbon Dinos winning 26-13. This one here, 17-7 in the fourth inning between Canyon View and Manti. Do you expect to see something like this again with Carbon Grantsville, or do you expect a lower scoring game as we go to the game number 3?
I think I expect a bit of a lower scoring affair, Sonny. Going into this game, these were two teams who were in desperation to try and get to this point today. They needed a win in that losers bracket game if they wanted a chance to take on the Grantsville Cowboys. As such, both teams pulled out all the stops trying to get that win. Carbon pulls it out, but takes them about 3 pitchers to get that done. Logan burns through 6 in that contest. I don't think we're going to be seeing a similar situation, well, for one team in this matchup, in the Grantsville Cowboys. This is a squad who they come in and they have the blessing of being the team coming from that winner's bracket, that they're going to have a bit more leeway to try and work with in terms of pitching staff. The Dinos running down a bit into that list. Some players in the mix that we haven't really been able to see throw in recent memory. That's what's going to make this game so intriguing going into it. Grantsville, a bit of more of a fresh look for this team. On the other side of things, you're not going to be able to see as many fresh arms for Carbon, but it is an opportunity for someone on this roster to step up and have a major impact.
Well, the Carbon Dinos proved that nothing really bothers them, because the first game, Logan came out 6 runs in the first inning. The Dinos had 3. It didn't seem to bother the Carbon Dinos. They fought their way back into the game. It was a high-scoring game, lots of pitching changes. Regardless, they found themselves giving up 6 runs in the first inning to Logan, and you know what? It didn't seem to bother the Dinos. They came back, fought their way back, win big 26-13. So that impressed me about the Dinos in game number 1 today.
Yeah, that was really impressive how they just never backed down. Most teams would see an inning where you give up 6 runs and give up, especially if that is the first inning of the game. It doesn't normally kindle hope for what you're going to be seeing. But the Dinos stuck through it, stayed true, and they were able to power themselves not just to an average, 9-3 win in that situation. So that was one of the highest scoring high school baseball games I have ever seen. 26-13, the final score. 39 combined runs between those two squads. And just, my goodness, Sonny, that was a game filled with offense. And I don't think that's going to be the case going into this game against Grantsville.
Well, Carbon had 25 hits on the 26 runs. They left nine runners on base. Now, Logan only left 2 on base. So Logan, when they were getting base runners, they were scoring because they did score 13 points, 13 runs, excuse me, besides losing by 13. They had 13 runs in the game. So their bats were working as well. Carbon's offense, though, in game number 1 today, the 11 o'clock game, was incredible. I mean, they were hitting the ball everywhere. They were hitting it deep. They were butting. They were doing everything they needed to do to get runners on base. They got hit by a pitch. They took advantage of them. They advanced them, got them in scoring position. And that's how they scored 26 runs. They were aggressive. They played good baseball. Now, the question is, Aiden, a 3-hour game already today. Grantsville hasn't played yet. Is that going to affect them in a good way or a bad way? Because they hit the ball well. Will they carry that hitting into this game? You know, a 3-hour game, will it affect them a little bit? I don't know. We'll find out.
You know, Sonny, you took the words right out of my mouth. It's a bit of a double-edged sword having a game go that length. On one hand, that's plenty of time to make sure that your bats are firing on all cylinders. You know that the offense isn't going to be a problem for the Dinos, especially if they're able to replicate in any form their performance from earlier today. The problem that they're going to be facing is fatigue. Now, the sun wasn't necessarily shining its brightest during that game with the Dinos. The wind was blowing pretty heavily, but the heat still coming down, and you still feel that. It takes a toll on your body. You go out there, you're running constantly. You're going through a lot of quick burst motions, and my worry, Sonny, is the Dinos having time to go back to their hotel, relax a little bit. They definitely had time to get some fluid, hydrate up a little bit, but that's also lots of time for the lactic acid from earlier today to start setting itself in, and that's going to make the Dinos a sore bunch. In the literal sense, their muscle is going to be hard to move with more the explosive movements that are required in the game of baseball. So it's going to be an approach of how you manage that fatigue. We see Coach Smith, he doesn't really like to make substitutions in the field. The only real changes we see throughout the season, mainly, he has his lineup set. And by this point of the season, we know we have a pretty good idea who's playing where, what that batting order is going to look like. However, this is a game where you might need to make some of those adjustments. We're probably going to see more pinch runners, players who have fresh legs underneath them that can accomplish those explosive movements that are required for things like running the bases, stealing bases, especially if the Dinos want to maintain that aggressiveness on the base path.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the lightning delay, well, the 3-hour game that they played in was going to push everything back anyway. Then we had the 30-minute lightning delay in the game that's going on now. So the Carbon game was supposed to start at 4:30. That was 40 minutes ago. This game is still in the 4th inning. So we still got a ways to go before Carbon even starts warming up. So there's some things that, you know, it's just your opinion. It might be an advantage. It might be a disadvantage. We'll find out once the game starts how this is going to go for the Carbon Dinos. Regardless, they are playing a good Grantsville team. Then they gave Grantsville everything that Grantsville had yesterday. And Grantsville came away with a 6-4 win, but the Dinos played well. They proved they can play with anybody in this tournament.
I know it's something that we've seen pretty consistent throughout the Castle Country over the past few seasons. Either Carbon or Emory comes in as an underdog. They go into one of those double-digit seeds, and they enter into the state tournament, cause an upset in the super regional round, and then they break away for several wins in a row in the state tournament. Sonny, after this game that's being played before us with Canyon View and Manti, the Dinos are guaranteed to finish as a top 4 team in the state.
Yeah.
That is an incredible turnaround from earlier in the season where hope was running a bit low. Coach Smith and the players, they helped turn this around. They corrected their course, and now good things are happening.
Baseball is, you know, major league on down. Teams go into a little bit of slumps now and then, or they play their best ball at a certain time. Well, Carbon's playing their best baseball right now.
They are. And it's the perfect time to do it. Teams sometimes peak too early. Other times you've seen teams flame out at the beginning of the season, and they just never get any better. They don't have any improvement throughout the year. You want that slow, gradual improvement culminating in the state tournament. This is the hottest the Dinos bats have been all year long. Their pitching has looked sharp. Their fielding, in a season that early on was defined by errors that gave away games from the Dinos, they've really cleaned up their efforts in that regard. Most of the errors we saw caused in the earlier game today were caused by massive gusts of wind, making that ball ever unpredictable.
And you know, these tournaments, they're grueling. There's a lot of games. You're here for a long time. It takes a team that has stamina is a big part of this tournament as well. If you don't come to these very often, you come to one, and you stay there all day, you realize, I mean, these kids play a lot of baseball in this week.
No, Sonny, I'm tired just watching them. They are leaving it all out on the floor because it's not just regular games. This isn't just a normal tournament that you go to. You win some, you lose some. No, every win matters, and every loss matters even more in this state tournament. Now, what's at stake for the Dinos looking at the rest of this game? A win tonight forces a winner-take-all game, I guess technically 3, against the Grantsville Cowboys. That game not going to be played here at Lindquist Field. This is our last day here at this beautiful ballpark down in Ogden, Utah. Instead, we're going to be heading out to Kearns High School. And, you hear the phrase high school. You think a high school baseball field, and you're not too impressed with where it's going. But then you actually see the facility.
It's nice.
And it is beautiful out there, Sonny. So that's a very scenic field and a very good area for the Dinos to potentially be playing in. And if they are able to win that winner-take-all game tomorrow, they'll be back at it on Friday and potentially Saturday as they look to claim a state title. This serving essentially as the semifinals.
Now let's talk a little bit about the coaches, managers, whatever you want to call them at the high school level. This tournament is grueling for them because you're not only coaching, you're not only trying to keep the kids, keep them going, make adjustments. You have the pitching that you have to deal with, and the pitching itself has to be a stressful job for the managers at this tournament. I mean, you're counting pitch counts. It's a whole different ballgame.
No, I cannot imagine what runs through a manager's head as they try and make those decisions. On the way home yesterday, you and I, for a good 1 or 2 hours, debated what the pitching rotation would look like for both teams heading into this game, because there's so many ifs, there's so many whats. Who are you going to throw when the lights are shining brightest and you need someone to deliver a gem of a performance, especially against a very potent offense in the Grantsville Cowboys? This is a team, Sonny, who they can take control of the games in an instant. Yesterday, Carbon had them on the ropes, up 4-0 early on, but Grantsville just goes in and they whittle down that lead, and then they explode, take the lead, and they hold the Dinos defensively. And one of the biggest turning points you and I both saw was a play in which they were able to turn a double play from third to first, ending the Dinos' chances of a runner on at third.
So the game going on right now just came to an end, I believe. Yes, and so now we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the game going on. We'll also talk a little bit about softball. That's what's going on right down the road from us here. Well, not right down the road, but about, an hour away.
It's a pretty straight road.
Anyway,
I think it's right down.
That's 3A softball tournament going on as well. We'll talk about that a little bit. Don't go anywhere here on the Lansing Diesel Service pregame show. We got a lot to do before.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in Eastern Utah.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next vehicle. They offer guaranteed lowest prices. Come check out the selection of Ford F-Series trucks, including America's most popular truck, the Ford F-150.
We have them all right here in Price. Stop in and see us for a different experience.
It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. 3A baseball, Carbon Dinos. What a great day on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. 2 Carbon games, Drive Time Sports. You actually talked to Jordan about what's going on here at Lindquist Field. And there was something else going on today, too. That was the softball tournament down the road a ways, and you have some scores and what's happened there today as well.
Well, we do have our championship matchup, Sonny, thanks to Grantsville North St. Pete defeating their opponent by a significant margin. They win 15-0 in that game, right, Sonny. Right. So you and I talked about this yesterday. North St. Pete was the team to beat coming into that softball tournament, and they lived up to that expectations in the semifinal. They blank Union 15-0 earlier today. They beat Logan 9-5 on the opposite end of the bracket. They're going to be facing off against the Grantsville Cowboys, who in the consolation bracket defeated Union 11-1. So North St. Pete, Grantsville going to be your final over there today. In that bracket, Emery fell to North St. Pete earlier today, 16-1, and it's nothing to feel bad about, especially when you see that team go on and dominate their way to the state championship game.
Yeah, Carbon and Emery played yesterday, and the winner of that game moved on, and the loser goes home. And Carbon and Emery with the win, sending Carbon home. Now Emery losing early today. That's how the softball situation in the Spanish Fork is going on here at Lindquist Field. The Canyon View Falcons just 10-run Manti. Manti's tournament has come to an end. Union will play Canyon View. That'll be those 2 teams' next games coming up as well.
It's going to be a fun showdown between those two, Sonny. It was an 8-1 game last night between Canyon View and Union. Union showing why they are the definitive 1 seed in this tournament. And Canyon View showing that their win over Manti was not just a fluke. They were able to dominate that one to the tune of an 18-7 or a 17-7 game. Canyon View showed a lot of grit here, and we talked about pitching early on, Sonny, and how that would be playing an impact in these day 3 games. Well, this one featured about 7 pitching changes between the two sides, and lots of mid-inning changes as pitchers deeper in the roster start to slip and lose control. Players who aren't used to getting the ball in their hand and expected to throw a high volume of pitches throughout the regular week. Normally, you have your pitchers break up into your starters, and then if they're not starting that week, they come out of the bullpen to give you some relief. That's how we see things operate typically in those 2-game, 3-game weeks. That's not the case here. You got to be a little more resilient with how you utilize your staff because of the ever-looming pitch count. Now, we saw Carbon able to successfully keep Logan Curtis under 35 pitches in the game against Logan. That was pretty crucial for him. He's going to be a key piece for him as they take on Grantsville, as he throws some pretty good left throwing hooks. They hook right back into the zone. I like what we saw from Logan early on. He only threw 20 pitches, which means, Sonny, if he is to come in a relief appearance or if he is to come in a start, that means he will be able to throw 55 more pitches before his day will come to an end and he will be required rest.
So let's take a look as we got both lineups now. So we'll take a look at the starting pitchers. First for the Carbon Dinos, the junior, number 34, Paxton Falk will take the mound. He'll lead third base. He'll come on the mound to start the game for the Carbon Dinos.
And it's been a while since we've seen Paxton, but he has a hefty amount of performances throughout the season. 7 appearances in games for the junior. Only 1 game started. He holds an 8.88 ERA and has a save to his name. So Paxton going to be tasked with the tall task of trying to shut down the Grantsville offense. An offense who has had plenty of rest and relaxation today. They didn't have to play that 11 a.m. game. They're here. They're fresh for what was supposed to be 4:30, now a 5:30 start time.
Pitching for Grantsville, number 11, Gunnar Kimber.
And we talked about yesterday when these two teams met about the depth that is shown in Grantsville's bullpen and in their pitching staff as a whole. This is a pretty good example of that. You look through what they've been able to accomplish throughout this season with who they have on staff, and you look at what Kimber has been able to do. A 2.89 ERA, 2-1 win-loss through 6 appearances, 667 win percentage rate. You also look at the numbers when it comes to his strikeouts. 18 strikeouts to 12 walks, only allowing 11 earned runs and 34 hits. So definitely of the Grantsville pitchers, an easier one to try and face off against, but he's one who is known to get the job done.
Absolutely. So we'll take a look at Carbon. We'll go through the lineup, actually, after we take a break. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll go through both teams' lineups, who's batting where they're playing. We'll get you all ready to go so when the first pitch starts, you'll know where everybody's at. So one big game left today, and it's a huge one. The Carbon Dinos, if they win, they move on. If they lose, they will go home. Grantsville, they have a little bit of play in this game today.
They have a little wiggle room, but
yes.
The implication is
they don't want to.
They don't want to.
No.
Because you're essentially, if you are to win this game, you have a day of rest.
Yes.
You can get almost every pitcher on your roster back from the pitch count and ready to play on Friday for a state title.
Yes.
Namely, the likes of Jordan Fossen, who we saw throw against Emory, and he was lights out against the Spartans. They don't want to throw him tomorrow. They want him to get some more rest, so they have him in that state title game. So Grantsville, a lot to play for, but the Dinos trying to keep their season alive and trying to show just how underseeded they really were, and they've done an excellent job of that so far.
Day 3 here at Lindquist Field in Ogden. Game 2 for the Carbon Dinos today. We'll take a break. When we come back, more of the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Hi, I'm Tim Frame with Cache Valley Bank here in Price. Making the right financial decisions for your future can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. Whether you're planning a new construction project, growing a business, or just looking for a better way to save, my team and I are here to provide the local expertise and personal guidance you deserve. Stop by our lobby or use our drive-thru today. Let's make a plan for your success right here in Castle Valley. Cache Valley Bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino Baseball, KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. Live from Lindquist Field here in Ogden, Utah. The 3A state playoffs. Let's go down the line and look at the batting order where the players are playing. And we'll start first with Grantsville, and you just chime in as we go down the line, Aiden. We start off with the leadoff batter, number 8, playing center field today in this game, Jordan Fossen.
Now, I feel like it's important when we're talking about Grantsville's lineup to give you some context that as a team, they are hitting .354 on the season. That is incredible, to say the least. And Fossen is a big reason of why that ER or that team average is possible. Hitting .457 on the year. That means nearly 46% of the time he steps up to the plate, he will end up on base with a hit. That is spectacular, and he is a big reason why Grantsville finds themselves as the number 2 seed.
And, he's a leadoff batter, and that's why they usually get off to a good start.
Yeah, he is excellent at reaching base. And then, Sonny, you look at his steals. He had 2 yesterday. He's looking for steal 41 today on the season. So if he gets on base, that's so much more for a pitcher to try and think about.
He puts the bat on the ball. He bats first. Jordan always tells me all the time, you want your leadoff batter because he's going to get more at bats. I understand why Jordan Fossen is the leadoff batter. Number 23, Riley Williams, playing right field.
And Williams, rocking number 23, a 400 hitter, so no slouch himself in that 2-hole. He has been incredible all season long. He's got 24 RBIs, 30 hits, and a total of 10 extra base hits, 3 of them coming in form of a home run.
Batting third, number 48, playing first base, Peyton Cummings.
Cummings, a 366 hitter on the year, 32 RBIs, 30 hits, and he was the first one we saw on this field take a ball yard in the game against Emory. Well, we saw Carbon do it twice today, but he was the one who showed that it was possible.
Batting number 4, number 99, playing third base, Jackson Jensen.
And Jensen is someone we could see come in a relief slot on the mound, but that's a story for later on in the game. A 400 hitter offensively with 28 hits, 28 RBIs, and tied for second on the team with 4 home runs.
Number 2, Easton Hammond, playing left field.
And Hammond, a 372 hitter, 1 home run, 2 triples, 7 doubles, and amidst his total of 29 hits and 13 RBIs.
Number 16, batting 6, Patton Rose. He is the DH.
And Rose played a pretty key role in the game yesterday, helping ignite Grantsville on a run. 319 hitter on the year, 21 RBIs, 15 hits, 3 home runs.
Number 7, Carter Reed bats 7th. He will be playing catcher.
311 hitter for Reed, 23 hits, 21 RBIs, 7 hits for extra bases.
Batting number 8, number 11, the pitcher, Gunnar Kimber.
And Kimber, a 329 hitter, so he's looking to do himself some favors up on the mound. 28 hits with 23 RBIs and 2 extra base hits, both of them coming in the form of a double.
Number 5 will be batting 9th, Grayson Warren. He's the shortstop. Now, remember, he bats 9, but it's important for him to get on base because you have Jordan Fossen that follows him who puts the ball on the bat. So Grayson Warren, even though he bats 9, it's a huge spot on this baseball team for Grantsville.
It really is, Sonny. And the thing about this as a whole, as you go through the roster, most of these players are seniors. You have a junior here or there. The lone underclassman is Warren, the 191 hitter, the sophomore, rounding out things in that 9-hole. 9 hits, 11 RBIs, 2 extra base hits.
Number 4, Porter Taylor will be playing second base.
And Taylor, he's going to have a pretty big role defensively because Carbon, we saw it in that game, they like to hit in between that gap between first and second pretty heavily. They also like the gap right between short and third. They targeted those pretty heavily against Logan, and it paid dividends for them. So you got to be sure you have some of your best lockdown players there to perform.
That's the lineup for the Grantsville Cowboys. We'll take a break here in the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. When we come back, we'll go through the Carbon Dino lineup, and then it'll be time for the first pitch for game number 2 for the Dinos today. After coming away with the 26-13 win over Logan, they will try to move on and have the opportunity to play tomorrow, but they must beat Grantsville tonight. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Diagnostics?
Check.
Transmissions?
Check.
Oil changes?
Check. Checks Auto Repair. Honest, affordable, and customer focused. Checks Auto Repair is new to the community. From diagnostics to engine repairs or any other service, you get a flat hourly labor rate with no hidden fees.
East Main Street, next to Arby's and Price. Follow Checks Auto Repair on Facebook. Call 630-6699. Check engine light?
Take it to Checks.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back. Lindquist Field. Carbon and Grantsville. We just went through the Grantsville lineup, and one thing I want to say before we go over to Carbon, with the 9 players playing in the field, counting the DH, the 10 players. This is a veteran team. They have 8 seniors out of 10.
Well, Sonny, I remember 2 years ago, Grantsville came in as the top seed in the 3A state tournament, only to run into a scrappy lower seeded team named the Emory Spartans. That was my first day on the job here at Castle Country Radio. I remember it like it was yesterday. This has been a group who most of those players were present on that lineup that fell as a number 1 seed. This is their chance for redemption and their last chance in high school as seniors.
Taking a look at the weather, it's 81 degrees right now. The winds are blowing from right field to left field. Right now we got partly cloudy skies. By game time, it should be partly cloudy skies. Then 7 and 8, we should just have sun. So I think, hopefully, with just a little bit of wind, I don't want to jinx us, but I think we're going to be able to get through this game okay weather-wise.
Yeah, and a northern Utah severe thunderstorm watch is going to be in place until 8 p.m. tonight, but a localized one here, specifically in Ogden, ended at 4:15, kind of concurrent with the end of the rain and lightning delay we had here in the Manti Canyon View game. That game, I was expecting to go a lot longer because of that delay, but Canyon View, again, coming up with the 10-run victory. Moving on to face Union later tonight following the conclusion of tonight's game. But now it's the here and now, the Cowboys and the Dinos looking to face off.
Yep, blue skies north, blue skies east and west. A little bit of gray skies behind us south. But we're going to be okay. I believe we're going to get this game in tonight here at Lindquist Field. Now let's take a look at the Carbon Dinos. And we will start at the top of the batting order with the senior, number 24, playing center field. He has the vacuum glove out there in center field. He's also playing great at the plate, Logan Bennett.
And what a season and what a postseason for Logan Bennett. He was a pretty key contributor in that game against Logan. It felt like every time you look down, he was on base or crossing home plate. And anytime, like you mentioned, he has a black hole of a glove. Anytime a ball gets hit out of center field, he pretty much takes the whole thing out of play, even going into left center, right center. He covers such a wide swath of land with his speed and skill. He is a truly unique player for the Dinos.
And batting number 2, number 5, the senior, Cash Withers. He plays left field, and Withers and Bennett, they really work well together when they play in outfield. It seems like Carbon with fly balls that go like left center, right center, they never have a problem. They play well together out in the outfield.
They do, and they take more calculated risks. We see players throw their bodies to the ground, diving to try and make an out with reckless abandon, and that's something that you and I have harped on is a pretty risky move. If that goes past you, that's extra bases and potentially a run scoring in many situations. But when they do it, it feels like there's a sense of calm behind it. You know that they're going to be able to make this grab. Rarely do we see them miss on the dive, and that's what makes them so unique as fielders. Nothing gets past them, and that plays majorly to the Dinos' defense benefit because you take huge chunks of the field out of play, and that's going to be a pretty big factor against a team like Grantsville.
We're probably going to say this about every player as we go down the line, but Cash Withers had a really good offensive game earlier today as well.
And he was the one who got the scoring started for the Dinos. Sonny, he hits a triple, not just a triple, he hits a stand-up triple and is brought home quickly thereafter, scoring the first run of the game for either team. And so getting the Dinos in that first run, three-run first inning. When Cash can get going, he can cause a lot of damage to opposing defenses. What you need to see him do is just remain confident. We saw it in basketball. If he missed a few shots, you could see that confidence start to wane. But when he was making it, it felt like that hoop was a mile big and he was not going to be missing. And it's a similar philosophy with him at the plate. When he is hitting well, you can see that ball just get as big as a beach ball that's being lobbed his way. He will make contact with it no matter what.
Number 17, batting third, Maddox Wilson, playing first base. He pitched today in the first game. Got off to a little bit of a shaky start in inning number 1, but he calmed down. He got the Dinos in the position where they took the lead and never looked back. He now goes back to first base, batting third.
And it's pretty big to be able to bounce back in a situation like he found himself in. Many lesser men would fold under the pressure of giving up 6 runs in the first inning, but he bounces back and he delivers a stellar performance the rest of the game until he is pulled for the pitch count. And he was a big factor in why the Downs were able to secure that win this morning.
So he bats third. Batting fourth, number 8, the junior Jordan Nichols. He is the DH.
And
he does a little bit of everything, Aiden, on this team. He'll pitch. He's been batting really well as well. Jordan Nichols is an important part of this Carbon Dino baseball team.
He is, and most importantly, he's a senior on this team who is a vocal leader. He's not afraid to step in and help the Dinos keep on going.
So batting at number 5 is Bodie Ware. He is playing right field. Where's number 3, the senior?
And we talked about the left field, center field connection between Withers and Bennett, but Brody Ware is excellent in right field. He helps take that out as well. We rarely see any mistakes being made by this trio of Dinos outfielders. They've been extremely solid defenders all season long, and now looking to put on a show in a game where, well, if you don't put on a show, you're heading home disappointed.
Batting number 6, the catcher, Jason Urbanek. Now, we're going to be saying his name a lot in the future because he's a freshman.
Yeah.
And he has such control of the game as a freshman behind the plate. It's fun to watch him control the game behind there.
Yeah, and Jason Urbanek. Let's talk about what this freshman does, Sonny. Just a little bit of everything. I've never seen a freshman, or you see a few, but they're once every 10, 15 years, someone who is willing to step up behind the plate, and he is conducting traffic. He's barking out orders. He's making sure the fielders know where they need to be before settling in to dealing with whoever his pitcher may be. And what impresses me most about Urbanek's game defensively, we'll get to his offense in a second, is he hardly lets any balls get past him. We saw a few today, but that was mainly due to the wind blowing it here, there, everywhere. It's hard to get a grasp on it when the wind's gusting as hard as it was earlier today. He is so good at keeping things in front of him. Even if he drops the ball, he keeps it in front of him, and he's able to make plays. And he's making throws as a freshman that we have seen seniors struggle with. And in a field like Lindquist Field, where the backstop is a good, I'd say 20 feet behind home plate, it's crucial that you have someone who's able to do that. And offensively, Sonny, it feels like he's Mr. Reliable. Urbanek always seems to strike when he needs to. A .386 hitter on the season, 27 hits, 13 RBIs, only 1 extra base hit to his name coming into this morning. But He does everything right. I love the style of Urbanek, and one of the things that impresses me most is he is such a hard worker. It's hard to find dedication and drive like we see from Urbanek.
Well, you can tell he loves the game just by watching him play.
You know, there's a joy
Yes.
that he carries with him in the game, and that's something that in today's modern age, it's hard to find that level of joy in a young kid for the game of baseball.
Batting number 7, the junior, Paxton Falk. He will pitch. He'll be the starting pitcher. Now, he's somebody that also can play the corners. He plays third base. He'll go over and play first base when Wilson is pitching. He's in the infield. He plays the corners, 2 difficult positions. Then, when they ask him to, he takes the mound as well.
And again, on the mound, an 8.88 ERA for Falk, but in the batter's box, a 254 hitter with 17 hits, 17 RBIs, and 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles, and a home run.
And playing at second base, number 4, Caden Sandoval's a little spark plug on second base.
He is, Sonny, and he has the advantage of having a bit of a shorter strike zone, and he uses that to his full advantage. Every time he gets there, it feels like he's either getting a hit or he is walking his way to first. And when he can get on the base path, he is as speedy as they come.
Jackson Bazzoni will bat 9. He wears number 6. Playing shortstop. We've seen him knock the ball out of the park.
Yeah, he was able to crack it out of there, Sonny. We've only seen it happen once before that. Well, and his teammate Logan Bent also hit one. So we've seen 3 home runs here at Lindquist Field. And when we walked in day 1, Sonny, we thought that was going to be an impossibility given the sheer height of that outfield wall. And they've proven us wrong 3 separate times. Bazzoni, he's so fast. He's so good in shortstop. He's always diving, making plays. In the batter's box, he is going to make contact, and if he does, he's going to make you pay.
Marcus Vigil will play at third base. He wears number 2. He is a junior. You hear that music in the background? That means the umpires are coming out on the field, and that means we're getting close to first pitch. Marcus Vigil playing third base. The junior wears number 2. Let's talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, and he is a plug-and-play guy, Sonny, and every team needs to have players like what you see from Marcus Vigil, someone who can slot in just about wherever you need him, especially defensively where he is needed the most. Third base, first base. We've seen him take stints at second. Everywhere he goes he's so solid in what he does. He's going to be a pretty key piece going forward, being only a junior this year.
Let's talk about the 2 coaches, managers, whatever you like to call them in this situation. For the Carbon Dinos, Coach Rob Smith.
And Rob Smith making the most of his postseason debut with the Dinos. He's made it to the Super Regionals, but he hasn't been able to find any real success in those until this season. He wins against Morgan in 2, and now he has a chance to potentially push his team to a state title. Coach Smith, he's done an excellent job, and one thing I really like about him, he's so humble. Whenever we have him up in the broadcast booth, he is not a braggadocious type.
He came up and talked to you after game number 1 today. Talk a little bit about what Coach Smith said about game 1 and what he was thinking about today and this game number 2.
The biggest thing that he said, coming off of yesterday's loss and coming into today's rematch against Grantsville, was the message he wants to send to this team is that they just need to play our brand of baseball. We don't need to buy into what they're doing. There's to take the stakes out entirely, play like we're just playing any other game. And if the Dinos can do that, Sonny, I think they do have a pretty good chance of coming away and shocking the world.
And the coach manager for Grantsville is Trevor Thornton.
And he's a very intelligent manager, Sonny. We had the chance to catch up with him off the air. Kind as can be, as most managers tend to be. You don't get into a position like this if you don't have a little bit of kindness and care for those kids in your hearts. But he has been able to cultivate one of the best programs in the state of Utah with Grantsville. And now looking to take another step in his legacy with a chance at the state championship on the line.
Well, it's time for baseball as the Carbon Dinos take the field with the blue jerseys, the white and blue hats, and the white pants. Grantsville with the white hats. They have the black jerseys, white pants. We're ready to go. As Paxton Falk will start warming up for the Carbon Dinos, and his first pitch will be to Jordan Fawcett. I'm excited for this game. I've been looking forward to this rematch because the game yesterday between these two was a great game, 6-4. Grantsville won. Either team really could have won that game. Grantsville pulled it out. Carbon prove they can play with them. I'm excited for tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, Sonny. The pitching, the thing we're watching coming into this contest, how is that going to impact the Dinos being on the back half of their rotation? Will Falk be able to pull it off? I like what we've seen from him in warm-ups. He's warmed up and he's looked extremely solid. So he has a pretty good chance of putting on a show today, Sonny, and shocking the world and sending Grantsville to a winner-take-all game tomorrow afternoon.
Jordan Fawson will lead off. Riley Williams on deck. Peyton Cummings in the hole for Grantsville. You have been listening to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. And Aiden, the Carbon Dinos need to do what tonight to come away with the win to move on to play tomorrow?
Well, first of all, play loose, Sonny. You can't let the stress of this game get to you. You can't let that overwhelm your mind, or else you're going to start making mental errors that were otherwise easily avoidable. Another thing, just carry that momentum from today's game. You saw how you can swing. You've seen how you can hit. Now just take it from last game, carry it over to here. It's going to be a different staff you're facing, but at the end of the day, you know you can hit. You've been hitting since kindergarten on the tee. This is your chance to go out and shock everyone.
Sit back, relax, eat some popcorn, have a drink, enjoy the game.
I could go for some popcorn.
Here from Lindquist Field. 3A state tournament play, the Carbon Dinos and the Grantsville Cowboys. Walking up to the plate, Jordan Fawson, the center fielder, wears number 8. He is a senior for Grantsville, and here we go.
The time is now, Sonny. Nothing better than a day at the ballpark, and we've had 3 of them in a row, and now just a beautiful evening. I was a little sad when we weren't going to be able to see this place under the lights, but now the lights are already starting to shine, and he gets that fun feel stepping up as Fawson steps to the plate for Grantsville.
4:30 game starts at 5:50. So we're just a little bit behind, but guess what? You said it. We get to play under the lights. The weather's cooled down, and we are underway. The first pitch by Falk is a strike and an 0-1 count.
Right down the pipe, too. Not a lot of velocity, kind of an off-speed pitch from Falk, but it has Fawson fooled and frozen in the box.
Pitch number 2, high in a ball. We're even at 1.
Good eye by Fawson, watching that one. He's kind of feeling the waters right now, testing to see what Falk is going to be throwing his way, feel out those pitches, and then when he feels ready, he's going to try and strike.
Falk with the pitch. Right down the tube for the strike. 1-2.
And that pitch right down Main Street is what Falk has seen a lot of success with early on, just through 3 pitches. 2 of them falling for strikes when he has thrown that one in particular.
The pitch. Fly ball right over the top of Bozzoni, the shortstop into center field. And Logan Bennett will retrieve it, and a single for Jordan Fawson. Now, there's a lot of fans on hand here for the Carbon Dinos. They've been on the side where we are set up. They're home this time, so they're sitting over. So it might be a little quieter on the headset when you hear Carbon do something good, but there's a lot of people here backing up the Dinos.
It's strange not seeing those familiar faces sitting in front of us, Sonny, but it's always nice to see that the Dinos are packing the place.
They are. First hit, a single for Fawson. He's on first. The pitch is outside the ball and a 1-0 count.
Now, Grantsville, if they can strike early, that's where they can be the most dangerous here. If they can put Falk into a tizzy, they can get him off his game early. That's going to play severely into their advantage. Falk needs to do his best to try and stay calm, even with the notorious thief Jordan Fawson on first.
1-0 count. We'll see if they send him. There he goes. There's the pitch. The throw to second, not in time. Stolen base. So the runner in scoring position with nobody down, and a 1-1 count to Riley Williams.
That throw was closer than Fawson probably expected, as well as the Grantsville staff. Urbanic has really found his stride in this ballpark in particular, being able to pop and throw to second.
Fawson's really good at getting the jump. He did on that. Pretty good size lead back at second. Little grounder. Bozzoni will scoop it up at shortstop. The throw to first to Wilson in time for out number 1. Runner advanced to third. So 1 down, runner on third.
So now you don't want anything going into the outfield, or else Fawson will come sprinting home, and it's going to be a tall task as Peyton Cummings steps to the batter's box. 366 hitter, Sonny. He has 32 RBIs, leads the team in that category.
Where's number 48? He's a senior. Paxton looks over at third base a couple of times. Here's the pitch. a little bit high and a ball and a 1-0 count.
And there was break on that throw, but it wasn't enough, and it started its descent too late in the arc, so falls over the zone.
Jackson Jensen on deck for Grantsville. Falk looks back over at third again. Here's a shot, scooped up by Bozzoni. They'll let the run score, throws the first for out number 2.
So you let the run through, however, you get the out, 2-out situation now. Grantsville has only been able to put Fossen on base. He makes his way around with a steal, sacrifice, and a sacrifice, reaches home, and now Grantsville with the 1-0 advantage.
Had a good jump on third. Might have been able to make the play at home, but you know what? They decide they want to take the out. They'll let the run pass. 2 down, 1-0. Fly ball, left field. Withers watches that ball go out of here.
Well,
home run for Jackson Jensen, and it's a 2-0 game.
Well, Sonny, we talked about how impressive it was to see 3 home runs so far when we thought we weren't going to see any coming into this tournament. And my goodness, that's a well-earned celebration for Jackson Jensen. He smoked that thing out of the park. Carbon looked like they were escaping out of this inning with only 1 run coming through with Fossen. Jensen has other ideas, sends the screamer over the head of Cash, Withers, and the rest of the Dinos right over the Coors Light banner.
Well, every home run we've seen have gone to the same spot, just left of the big screen.
Yeah,
that's been the home run spot for every home run we have seen.
And it's a bit closer than, say, center field, as it typically is, so pretty reasonable that that's where we're seeing those strikes be hit.
335 down the line on left field. 387 in left center, 390 in right center, and 373 in right field. That's the measurements here at Lindquist Field. And the first pitch is a strike and an 0-1 count with 2 down and a 2-0 Grantsville lead.
And it was a great showing by Jensen. Now Falk just needs to shake it off. He needs to get back into his rhythm. Giving up a home run is not something anyone wants to do, but he has to just bounce back from an out. What's in the past is in the past. We've seen him come back from deficits before. They can do it again here.
Second pitch for a strike as well. Third pitch in the dirt. So the count 1-2. So Grantsville not playing today. This is their first game, and they come out right away and put a couple of runs on. But the home run by Jackson Jensen. A solo, nevertheless, 1 run, and it's a 2-0 game. Shot right up the middle, base hit. Right past the pitcher, right over second base, out to Logan Bennett. So another single. So that's the third hit of the inning. And Easton Hammond stands on first base, and coming up will be Patton Rose, the DH. Where's number 16? He is a junior.
And Sonny, this feels like a much more inspired Grantsville team than we saw yesterday early against the Dinos. They struggled through the first 4 innings to get anything on the board, but now already tacking 2, and the momentum feels squarely in their favor.
Left-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher. Falk with the pitch, low. Nice stop by Urbanic to save a base. And a 1-0 count.
And like we mentioned pregame, that's what he does so well. He drops down, uses his chest protector, blocks those balls from going behind him, and stops the runner from trying to steal second.
Looks over at first. Decent lead for Hammond. Pitch is low. And a 2-0 count.
Good eye by Rose, watching Falk. Falk still trying to kind of bounce back from that home run smash, and it takes some time, but the sooner he can snap back out of it, the better it's going to be for Carbon.
Looks back at first once again. Runner's going. There's the pitch, the throw to second. Way late. Hammond's there easily. And we have a runner in scoring position once again with a 2-0 lead and 2 down.
And the problem with that throw, Sonny, wasn't that Urbanic didn't have the pop speed to do it. It was that he had to dive out of his positioning to make the grab and prevent it from going to the backstop and then attempt to make the throw to second.
First inning, Grantsville has sent the message. They are going to be aggressive on the bases.
Yeah, no, this is received loud and clear, yes. Sonny.
Pitch in there for a strike and a 3-1 count.
So now Rose, with a runner in scoring position, has a chance to tack one more Grantsville run on the board.
3-1 count, 2 down, runner at second. That's Hammond. Takes a nice little lead. Falk looks back there. Shortstop peels off. There's the pitch. High in a ball and a walk. Runners on first and second.
That takes a lot of guts to watch that one go soaring by you. It was just about to break in the zone, flirting with it from our perspective here in the Sutherland's broadcast booth. But regardless, Rose advances to first. Now runners on first and second. And with the aggression we've seen from Grantsville early on, it's imperative, some might say, that ball doesn't go to the backstop.
Catcher number 7, the senior Carter Reed at the plate for the first time this evening. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Top of the first, 2-0. He's hit by a pitch. Bases loaded.
If I'm Urbanek, I'm calling a time, going to the mound, talking with Falk, giving him just a second to breathe. You don't need to say anything, just let him breathe. Figure things out.
Courtesy runner on first for Grantsville. We have bases loaded. Gunnar Kimber, the pitcher. Boy, he could sure make his pitching start a lot easier on him with bases loaded, 2 out, and a 2-0 lead before the Dinos have even got up the bat.
Yeah, no, this has not been an ideal inning for Urban Dinos.
That could make his pitching a lot less stressful if he can do something here with bases loaded. Dawson Dunleavy, the courtesy runner on first. So bases loaded, 2 down. The pitch to Kimber. Fly ball, center field. Logan Bennett goes back just short of the warning track, makes the catch and ends the inning.
Oh, and a much-needed hit to Logan Bennett. He's able to steady the ships. Reliable, as always, pulling that one down as Grantsville ends the inning with the bases loaded. But they got there in the midst of a 2-out rally, so you can't necessarily be too upset with how that inning went if you're the Cowboys.
2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 left on base as we go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Grantsville 2. And
at Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So the senior, number 11, Gunnar Kimber, takes the mound for Grantsville. He'll face Logan Bennett, the leadoff batter. On deck, Cash Withers in the hole, Maddox Wilson. So the Dinos now have the opportunity to answer back and try to get those 2 runs back that they let Grantsville have in the top of the first inning.
And again, Kimber, a 2.89 ERA holder, 2-1 on the season through 6 appearances. He's got a tall task in his first batter faced as Logan Bennett steps into the box.
Hey, the left bases loaded. It could have been a lot worse in the first inning, 2 runs. The Dinos have to feel good about that. 2-0. They can do that the way their bats were working earlier today. 2-0. Is not that much. So let's see what they can do here with Logan Bennett, the senior center fielder. Where's number 24 will get us going.
I think both sides can leave the top half of this inning pretty satisfied with how things went.
Yes. Kimber's pitch. Strike. Get an 0-1 count.
Low and in the zone, Sonny. He's throwing with some heat as well.
So 0-1 count, working quick. Pitch number 2, fly ball. The first baseman coming over to make the play for Grantsville, and he will make it. It's Cummings coming over to make the catch, and 1 out.
Easy as can be, and that's where, we always talk about pitchers in terms of walks, strikes, outs, things like that. But one measure of a good pitcher, I think, is when opposing batters are making contact, where does that ball go? Is it floating up, up, up and away, or does it have distance behind it?
Withers with the base hit. Right over second base on the ground. That's what you call a true grounder. And he will reach with the single.
As true a grounder as you're ever going to see, Sonny. That thing barely left the grass from the moment it touched after making contact with the bat.
First base runner of the day for the Carbon Dinos, Cash Withers, the senior. Up to bat now, Maddox Wilson. See if he can move him. We'll see if they send him. Down 2-0, bottom of the first. There's a swing. Fly ball left field. That's deep. That is gone! Maddox Wilson puts it over left field, about 340. And the Dinos tie it up with 1 swing of the bat.
Well, Maddox Wilson sending a message early, and he saw his teammates do it earlier in the day, and now he wants some too.
You could hear the sound when it left the bat. You knew that was deep.
No, you knew that one had a pretty good chance of soaring over the outfield wall the moment it made contact, based on the sound you heard coming off that aluminum.
Jordan Nichols will try to follow that, the DH. Where's number 8? The senior steps up to the plate quickly, just like that. They answer back, and it's a 2-2 game.
And that's exactly what we saw in the Logan game, Sonny. 2 teams, neither wanting to go home.
First pitch in for a strike and an 0-1 count. We say a team that answers back, that's a good mark of a good team. This is a good Dino team. They're playing really good baseball.
They are playing excellent baseball, Sonny.
Pitch is high in the ball, 1-1 the count with 1 down.
Now they're trying to work this off quickly as Kimber goes to work on the hill.
Pitch is low and a 2-1 count. 3rd home run for the Carbon Dinos in this tournament.
Yeah, 3rd home run today as well. 2 against the Grizzlies, 1 now against the Cowboys. Got to be feeling pretty good about how those bats are going.
Might be 4 as for the tournament. Maybe. I can't remember. Watched a lot of baseball.
Yeah, no, 2 against Logan, and they had the 1 just recently. They didn't have any in the previous games.
So 3. Pitch is a strike and a 2-2 count. Pitch is high in the ball and a 3-2 count.
Grantsville Loyal not happy about that one, Sonny. They felt that was in the zone, and I think it was as close as it can be.
Nevertheless, 3 home runs. When we walked in, you said, I don't know if anybody's going to hit a home run with these high fences. There's a grounder, scooped up by the shortstop. Throw to first, in time for out number 2.
Yeah, they called my bluff on the home run, Sonny. Ever since saying that, I have lived to regret it more and more with each passing home run. But a good play from short for the Cowboys.
Warren
makes the easy toss over to first, gets the out. A much-needed out as Grantsville looks to end this inning before any more damage can be done.
Bodie Ware, right fielder, number 3, the senior. Bases empty, a 2-2 game here in the bottom of the first inning. There's the pitch, and it's a ball and a 1-0 count.
And you can tell a pitch is going to be a ball when even the catcher doesn't try and frame it up, just letting it soar over the zone.
Evens it up with the strike. Ware watches that one go by. 1-1 count.
Maddox Wilson still fired up in the dugout, Sonny. Rightfully so. That was a deserved shot.
There's a line shot down the third base line. That's going to go fair and to the wall. Rounding first, going to second, Ware. He'll have a stand-up double, and the Dinos are still in business with the runner in scoring position.
They're trying to rally back as well. The Bats picking up right where they left off earlier today.
They have felt it on the offensive side today. There's no doubt about it. Coming up to bat will be Jason Urbanik. The catcher wears number 33, the freshman.
Urbanik expecting that inning to end. He has to rip his chest protector off as he heads to the box.
So runner at second with 2 down. We're tied at 2. Both teams with 2 runs and 3 hits. Kimber looks back at second. Fly ball, right field, coming in, try to make the catch, and he will. Will be Williams for out number 3. but not before the Dinos answer back with a couple of runs of their own, thanks to the home run by Wilson and the single by Withers. We are tied at 2 as we go to the top of the second. When we come back, Grantsville gets a chance to answer back.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electrician, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
What the Utah Miners Hospital offers is relatively unique in the country to help take care of people who have really dedicated their careers, their lives to hard work.
I have torn rotator cuffs in my shoulders. Honestly, I don't remember everything I've had done. I think I've had to wait 10 minutes one time. It's amazing that there's a fund out there. You have no medical bills.
If you're ready and you need us, please give us a call. We're happy to help.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So the line on the Carbon Dinos on the bottom of the first inning, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, left 1 on base. We're tied at 2. And up to bat for the Grantsville Cowboys will be number 5, Grayson Warren, the shortstop. He's a sophomore. They'll see if they can get something going like they did in the top of the first inning. Their leadoff batter singled. That was Fossen. He ends up scoring. So important in the high school game to get your leadoff batter in inning on base.
Yeah, it feels like every time we've seen it happen, Sonny, good things come the way of the batting team. And you just don't want to tempt fate by not getting that batter on. Normally when that leadoff gets out, we see a quick descent to the end of the inning.
So we go to the top of the second. Great atmosphere here for this game this evening. First pitch hit by the pitch, and Warren will go to first.
Well, Sonny, we always talk about it by any means necessary. You want to get that batter on, and Warren takes one for the team, quite literally getting hit in the back. Jaunts over to first. Rubbing on his back a little bit. That one did have a bit of speed behind it, so it's going to sting quite a bit. Probably going to leave a nice mark. But Jordan Fossen to the plate now. Grantsville looking to get back ahead of Carbon.
Second hit by a pitch for the Grantsville batters early in this game. There's a strike right down the tube by Falk. And an 0-1 count. Runner on first, nobody down, tied at 2, top of 2.
And when Falk has been on, Sonny, he has been very on. But it's the moments where the opposing team has been able to get a hold of him.
Small lead over at first. We'll see if they send him. They've been aggressive on the base running early on. They're going to send him. The throw by Urbanic to second. Did they get him? Got him! What a throw by the freshman. What a play by Sandoval. Come over to make the catch. And the out.
And both the first base and the third base coach pretty upset with that call, but it was a pretty good tag. Good throw by Urbanic, doing what he does best, and that's having an impact behind home plate.
So they get the lead runner on with the hit by a pitch, but they throw him out on the steal attempt. 1-1 count with 1 down. And Fossen's hit by a pitch as well. That's number 3.
And now we get to do it all again, Sonny. I don't think Fossen, though, is the type who wants to be thrown out stealing. He's got the speed behind him. Now he's got a little extra motivation to make sure he gets to second.
Riley Williams grounded out to shortstop. Inning number 1. He's 0 for 1. The right fielder. He's a senior. Where's number 23? Runner on first. The score 2-2. Top of second. Falk looks over at first. Runner goes. The throw again. Has a chance. Safe this time. He slid under.
Well, Sonny, you've watched me incorrectly make 2 calls up here in the booth.
You thought the last one was safe, and you thought this one he was out, didn't you?
What I noticed from Urbanic behind home plate is he knows that Fossen's going to steal, and he signals Falk that he wants him to throw to the outside for an easier pick and pop. And it's almost paid off twice in a row now. That time just unable to get the tag down.
Stolen base puts him in scoring position on second with 1 down. Sandoval, second baseman, peels off the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And an 0-2 count to Williams.
I think Urbanek is trying to limit the aggressiveness of the base runners for Grantsville. A wise move, given how they like to steal.
Good size lead once again. Fossen. Sandoval covers second. Now peels off. The pitch fouled away. Count remains 0-2.
Staying alive in the at-bat. An excellent job at the plate.
0-2 count, one down, runner at second. Tied at 2, top of second. Falk does not look back this time. Gets the sign. Now he does. Sandoval peels off. There's the windup in the pitch. High in a ball. 1-2 count.
And a good job leaping up by Urbanek to snag that one from the air. Again, that goes over his head to the backstop. Fossen advances to third, a situation where he's already scored once today.
Good size lead once again for Fossen. Falk once again looks back. Their windup, the pitch, swing and a miss. And the strikeout. Strikeout number 1 for Falk, out number 2 in the inning. So 2 down with a runner on second, and stepping up will be Peyton Cummings. He grounded out to shortstop in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Senior playing first base. On deck, Jackson Jensen. He had a home run.
And that's what's scary. Jensen, potentially the leadoff batter next inning, and he wants to get on this inning, try and bring some runs home.
Falk looks back at second. Pitch is high in a ball and a 1-0 count.
You can tell Cummings thought about taking the swing, wisely backs off last second.
Sacrifice fly out of play now with 2 down. Does he really take a chance of stealing? The only reason why you would try to get to third is maybe a pass ball would get you home.
If it was anyone but Jordan Fossen, I'd say yes.
Fly ball. Sandoval drops back into the grass, makes the catch for out number 3. So no run score.
And a good job by Carbon, both on the pickoff at second and defensively the rest of the way, able to escape that inning.
So on the top of the second inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the second. We are tied at 2, and the Dinos are up to bat with the chance to take the lead here in this ball game early on, as we'll take a break and we come back on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So Grantsville had the opportunity, I think, in the top of the second. A couple of batters getting hit by a pitch, but could not score due to a couple of good defensive plays by the Carbon Dinos. They keep them 0 in the second inning, and it's still tied at 2-2. And Paxton Falk will come to the plate, try to help his pitching cause on the offensive side.
And if the Dinos can put up 1 or 2 runs this inning, then it feels like momentum has shifted squarely in their favor.
Sharp hit to shortstop. Fielded cleanly, throw over the first in time, and once again, Warren with the nice play for Grantsville for out number 1.
I was going to be intrigued to see how they were able to play that. Sunny bounces awkwardly off the mound. Luckily able to grab the ball, make the easy routine throw over to first. And now Caden Sandoval to the plate for the Dinos.
Second baseman junior wears number 4. First at bat here this evening, the pitch, strike and an 0-1 count.
And the thing that's scary about Grantsville pitchers, and you and I saw this with Jordan Fossen, sometimes it does take an inning or 2 for them to get rolling. But once they do, it's machine-like efficiency from this Cowboys staff.
Kimber wastes no time in between pitches. Strike number 2, so it's an 0-2 count with 1 down. Here comes pitch number 3, low in a ball and a 1-2. That was close. That's a good eye for Sandoval to let that one go past.
You could tell he was trying to get Sandoval to chase on that, but no such luck.
So we got a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. Strikeout number 1 for Kimber.
And Kimber, he looks like a different pitcher than he did in the first. He has shaken off that allowed home run so well that tied this game back up for Maddox. Wilson Bozzoni up to the plate now. He's seen a lot of success throughout this state tournament trying to get something on base for the Dinos.
First pitch strike. This inning, he's getting ahead of the batters with a first pitch strike.
First pitch strike, and then he's just right back at it.
Yes. That one's short and a ball. 1-1 count. Bozzoni thought about it for a second, held his swing back.
And that comes with the consistency that Kimber's been showing, is that you might be a little more hesitant to try not to swing.
Bouncing grounder to third, bobbled over there by Jensen. Throw to first. It's not in time. It gets past the first baseman anyway. Bozzoni will go to second. He'll hold up there. Hard hit ball. He gets to first. Pass ball at first base. He's on second in scoring position with 2 down.
After the initial bobble by Jensen, I don't think he should have tried to make that throw because that was a recipe for disaster. It was rushed. He didn't have time to set, and it goes soaring past first base.
Now batting number 24, Logan Bennett.
So Logan Bennett up to bat. We go back to the top of the lineup for the Carbon Dinos. Had that high fly ball to first base. 0 for 1 on the day. So we have 2 down. Runner at second for the Carbon Dinos. Let's see if they can get him around. Here's a fly ball right field having to come in to run for a diving catch for Williams. And that'll end the inning. And that diving catch saves the run right there. And Will stay at 2.
Yeah, if that ball gets past him, Sonny, that's going to be a run, and Bennett on second in scoring position, hungry for another Dino run. Outfield play, defense between these two teams has been spectacular all tournament long, Sonny.
No runs, no hits, 1 error. 1 left on base. As we go to the top of the third, we're tied at 2 when we come back.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing service to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Jackson Jensen, number 99 to third base senior, will step up to the plate. He's 1 for 1, and he hit it over the fence in left field. His first at bat.
And it was a great shot, Sonny, trying to replicate that.
And that foul ball comes right over the top of us.
Narrowly misses the bus of the Dinos.
Balls, return all foul balls to the dugouts. Thank you.
And an 0-1 count.
I don't think that ball's getting returned to the dugout, Sonny, all the way in the parking lot.
Pitch number 2. In for a strike and an 0-2 count. So Paxton Falk gets ahead of the batter with an 0-2 count to start the third. I'm sorry, Aiden.
If you can get Jensen out here, that's a pretty big monkey off your back. He takes you home, but then you strike him out. That's good confidence.
Hammond on deck. Pitch is short of the plate and a ball, 1-2.
Jensen looks to the third base coach for the sign.
Tied at 2. There's the pitch, foul ball down the third base line, hit hard. That missed by a bit.
Yeah, that wasn't
close.
It wasn't one of those close ones that we've seen throughout the day, but it was one that shows that if he put it into play, it's got the elevation to float over everyone in the infield.
That was a hard hit ball. Jackson Jensen can hit the ball hard. There is no doubt about that. Fouled away once again to the backstop, and the count remains 1-2.
It's getting PTSD from this morning, Sonny. All those balls flying at our face.
I was just going to say, you're a little jumpy. That's from this morning when that one came right by you.
Yeah.
Falk with the pitch. Fly ball deep center. Bennett goes back. Short of the warning track. Makes the catch. For out number 1.
And again, you just can't hit the ball to center field. Logan Bennett covers so much ground in such a short time. Anything that heads his direction, he's more than likely going to snag. And he's not one to drop an easy play like that.
Senior number 2, Easton Hammond, playing left field. He singled in inning number 1, 1 for 1 on the day. 1 down, nobody on. Tied at 2. Winner goes on. Loser, their season comes to an end. Fly ball, center field once again. Bennett's in the right spot. He'll cover it for out number 2.
Well, unless Grantsville loses, then they have a chance again tomorrow. Carbon gets to play one more day.
Yeah. I was talking about Carbon, yeah. I didn't make that clear. Carbon wins, they go on. If Carbon loses, they're done. Grantsville hasn't lost yet. They will continue to play regardless of what happens today.
And that's the biggest perk you have in this winner's bracket is you do have that extra life, so to speak, going into a potential state championship shot.
In for a strike and an 0-1 count to Patton Rose, who walked in the first inning.
After giving up those 2 runs in the first, Sonny, Falk has calmed down significantly, looking like a different pitcher up there.
Carter Reed on deck. There's the pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2 count. It takes you a while, to loosen up, I'm sure.
Yeah, and especially after an inning like that, you give up runs. That's not how you want to start, but you have some time. You can battle back, and he's done that perfectly.
0-2 count. Short of the plate, 1-2 count with 2 down.
And it also feels like that velocity on his fastball has picked up as well. He's throwing with some heat.
Nobody on base with 2 down. Tied at 2, top of the 3rd. Falk with the pitch. Shot to Sandoval, second base. Cleans it. Fields it cleanly. Throws it over the first to Wilson for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Quick top of the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base when we come back. The Dinos have their opportunity to take the lead. We're tied at 2 as we go into the bottom of the 3rd.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center. Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Welcome to Emery and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emery and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Senior Gunnar Kimber takes the mound again for the bottom of the 3rd. That's a pitcher's name, isn't it? Gunnar Kimber.
Anyone with Gunnar in their name feels like they're born to be a pitcher.
Cash Withers up to the plate. The left fielder, senior number 5, singled in the first inning, 1 for 1. The pitch. Fly ball out of play down the first base line. And an 0-1 count.
And he's making contact, Sonny. That's what should worry Kimber, is that Cash kind of has him figured out.
Fly ball right field. Deep, coming in to make the catch, is Williams for out number 1.
Good job by Williams tracking that ball through the air, making the easy run-up and the catch. Easy as can be. Can of corn.
He came in on it. Didn't really have to come in much. He had it played pretty well. Routine catch out in right field for out number 1. And Maddox Wilson, 1 for 1, the home run over the left field wall. First pitch is a ball outside and a 1-0 count.
A little trepidation it feels from Kimber as he stares down the man who took him yard just 2 innings ago.
Pitch down to 2 for a strike, 1-1 count. Loaded with ones, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Tied at 2, bottom of the 3rd. Kimber's pitch. Just off. That was close. 2-1 count.
It flirted with the zone, Sonny, and as has been the case, we just don't have the best vantage point to be able to make those calls. No one's going to beat the umpire in that situation.
Grounder to the third. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first in time. Nice play by Jensen. Over at third. Gets it over to Cummings for out number 2.
And Jensen, able to escape what plagued him in the second inning that allowed a hit to bleed through, able to field that one cleanly, make the toss to first for the out.
Jordan Nichols, the DH for number 8, the senior, grounded out to shortstop 0 for 1 here this afternoon for game number 2. Beautiful pitch by Kimber for a strike, and he gets ahead of the batter 0-1.
It's always interesting to see how you end up in a DH slot. In the case of Nichols, it's because he's very versatile as a pitcher, but you also want to see him in the lineup consistently on offense for what he brings to the table there. So that's why he sits in that DH slot.
Bit inside for pitch number 2. 1-1 count. Bit low on pitch number 3, so we got a 2-1 count with 2 down.
Nichols ahead, playing with house money.
Kimber working quickly on the mound. Fouled over the top of us, out of play. And the count now 2-2, loaded with 2s. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 2-2 the score here in the bottom of the third. Kimber with the windup and the pitch. Got him! Nichols watches it go by. Strikeout number 2. Out number 3 in the bottom of the third inning. No runs, no hits. No errors. Nobody left on as we go to the top of the fourth. We got a good one here. We're tied at 2 when we come back.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field here in Ogden, Utah, 3-8 state baseball tournament. Dinos trying to move on to play to tomorrow. They have to beat Grantsville here tonight, and we are tied at 2 as we go to the top of the fourth inning. These two teams played yesterday. Carbon fell short 6-4. They were in the game. They had a 4-0 lead. Trying to bounce back from that. They also won today against Logan.
26-13,
26-13.
3 hours, 7 minutes. And a whole lot of runs coming through. And that's what makes this score shocking, Sonny. No one expected a 2-2 game on this third day.
Carter Reed at the plate. First pitch. In for a strike and an 0-1 count.
And that's what's been impressive about Falk's performance. Every other pitcher we've seen step into these games on day 3 has been getting shelled. And hasn't been the case for Falk.
Strike number 2. 0-2 count. Yeah, when you do a 26-13 game, you're probably thinking football.
Yeah, you're not inspired to see good defensive performances the rest of the day, but this one has been pretty stellar so far.
Yeah, completely different type of game. Falk, swing and a miss. Well, actually a foul for Carter Reed.
Keeps himself
and an 0-2 count.
Keeping himself alive in the box. That's what you got to do as they look to continue to run Falk's pitch count up.
Gunnar Kimber on deck. Well, that pitch was close and a ball. 1-2 count.
We've seen a few like that throughout the day where I think as umpires, throughout the tournament, the umpires have been spectacular, haven't they?
They've done a great job. There's no doubt about it. They've done a great job. There's the windup in the pitch. Grounder fielded there cleanly at third base. The throw over to first in time for the out.
Vigil cleanly fielding it out on third base. That's something that plagued them against Logan. A few errors that helped the Grizzlies get back onto the base path and track a few runs on the board. Not the case that go around. Vigil sends the shot screaming to Wilson on first.
Gunnar Kimber.
Kimber back up to the plate now for the Cowboys. 329 hitter.
Shot goes to the shortstop. Bizzoni fields it cleanly. Throw to first in time for out number 2.
And the Dinos just racking up the outs early on in these innings, keeping themselves pretty fresh. Grantsville, probably a little frustration brewing.
Number 5, Grayson Warren, the shortstop, up to bat, got hit by a pitch in inning number 2.
That's another thing about Falk's performance today that has impressed, his recovery in terms of control. He was hitting batters left and right early on, but now just consistent as can be finding the strike zone.
Beautiful first pitch to Warren for a strike, and he gets ahead of him on 0-1 count by Falk. Working quickly now on the mound. Pitch number 2, short, and a ball even at 1.
Now you got the top of the lineup coming up for Grantsville. Fawson will be your foe if Warren does reach base.
Cowboys 2 runs, 3 hits on 1 Dino error. Carbon Dinos 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Cowboys. The pitch is a ball and a 2-1 count with 2 down.
Good eye by Warren, not swinging on that one. Flirting with the zone yet again, wisely backs off.
Falk's pitch. Strike! Watching it go by. Warren's, we got a 2-2 count. Loaded with 2s. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, 2-2 score. Falk with the pitch. Little blooper down the third base line, goes foul. It's a good thing it did. Because he'd have got the first on time. Because he's fast, and that ball was moving very slowly. It was going to be hard for Vigil to get to it and make a play. Good thing it goes foul, so the count remains 2-2.
Caught a fortunate Dino bounce there midway down the third base line. Rolls foul, like you said, saves a runner from getting on first.
It's one of those hits where you're watching it, and whatever side you're on, stay right, go left.
Yeah, it draws mixed reactions from these crowds.
Pitch in for a strike as Warren watches it go by. That strikeout number 2 for Falk. And as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, another 3 up, 3 down inning. That's 2 in a row for the Carbon defense. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Tied at 2, and the Carbon Dinos have a chance to take the lead when they come up to bat.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Senior Bodie Ware will lead off for the Carbon Dinos. 1 for 1 on the day with a double in the first inning. Jason Urbanek on deck, and Paxton Falk in the hole for the Carbon Dinos.
And Brody Ware, we talked about in pregame, Sonny, he is the third of that trio in the outfield who is so excellent defensively. Now, trying to give a little run support to the Dinos. Game knotted up at 2, wants to break the knot.
Both pitchers have settled down, settled in since the first inning when both teams scored 2 runs. Since then, we have zeros. Swing and a miss for Bodie Ware. And an 0-1 count.
And again, the fact that we are seeing the score at 0 since that first inning wasn't something I think either of us expected.
Swing and a miss and an 0-2 count.
Ware normally a .317 hitter. He's got 4 extra base hits this year and a total of 26.
Playing well out in right field. The pitch. Swing and a miss, gets past the catcher, running the first. Is he going to get there in time? No, he does not. Great effort, however, by Bodie Ware to try to get to first base.
Yeah, Brody takes off going after the ball leaves the catcher's mitt. Dropped third strike, almost the third time we've seen something successful come from that.
Strikeout number 2 for Kimber. Urbanek up to bat, flew out to right field. His first at bat, 0 for 1 here in the afternoon game.
Urbanek, .386 hitter on the year. Coming into the game, 27 hits, 13 RBIs.
Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, fouled away, out of play, and an 0-1 count.
Always good to be able to jump ahead like that in the count.
Paxton Falk on deck. Caden Sandoval in the hole for the Carbon Dinos. Pitch is low and a ball and even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 4th, tied at 2. Kimber, wind up in the pitch. High in the ball, 2-1 count.
Keeping himself going, Urbanic with a good eye.
Wind blowing slightly from right to left, nothing major. Sun's out, weather has really turned nice.
Oh, it's gorgeous sunny yet again after a brief rain and thunderstorm and strong bursts of wind.
Pitch is high in a 3-1 count in favor of Urbanic. Kimber's pitch. High in a ball and a walk. Good eye for Urbanic. He's on first with 1 down. Paxton Falk comes up. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to shortstop his first at bat. Courtesy runner for the Carbon Dinos.
That's going to be Corbin Ware.
At first base, number 27, Corbin Ware.
Stepping up to first base in the place of Urbanic. Now that's the downside of being a catcher, Sonny, is not often do you get to run the bases yourself.
So with 1 down, a courtesy runner, do you expect to see him get sent quickly? I do. We'll see if he does.
Aggressive base running is going to be the key to win this game, Sonny.
Might be the team that gets the most base runners in scoring position. Might come out with a win. Throw over to first. No play. Line pretty even right now. Cowboys 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error by the Dinos. Dinos 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors by the Cowboys. First pitch to Falk is a ball and a 1-0 count. Kimber looks over, goes over to first once again. And I think Grantsville has the same idea. I think they are pretty sure that the Dinos are going to send him if they can.
And they want to keep him in check as much as possible. You don't want anyone in scoring.
They do. Looks over his shoulder. Pitches a ball and a 2-0 count.
Falling behind now is Kimber. He looked excellent through the last 2 innings. Now a little slippage coming as he walks the first batter. Now down behind 2-0 to the next.
2-0 count, 1 down, throw over to first. Not in time, a little bit closer than the last 2. Trying to keep Ware Honest over at first. So a 2-0 count with 1 down, runner at first for the Carbon Dinos, tied at 2, bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch to Falk off the mark, 3-0 count.
And Kimber just not able to find the zone. He has yet to throw a strike in this at-bat. And he walked Urbanic. They're looking at about 7 in a row.
Those pitches are close. Just a bit off. Good eye for the Dinos not swinging at some of these pitches. There's ball number 4 on 4 pitches. So Falk walks, and we have runners on first and second for the Carbon Dinos with 1 down. We'll have the conference between the catcher and the pitcher at the mound. Coming up to bat for the Carbon Dinos, junior number 4, Caden Sandoval. Struck out in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1.
Another courtesy runner coming in for the Dinos. It'll be Connor Falk taking his place on first.
Ware on second. Falk on first. Sandoval batting for the Carbon Dinos with 1 down. Kimber. We wait for the umpire to start play. Stepping in the box, Sandoval ready to go. Good lead by Ware on second. Kimber looks back. Second baseman doesn't cover second. Here's a swing and a grounder to third. Got ahead of the play, and it didn't finish it.
That's going to be a conflict error for Jackson Jensen.
Jackson Jensen, the ball went right to him. He took his eye off of it before it got to his glove because he was thinking about, man, I got a chance for a double play. Instead, starts to make his move before the ball's in the glove. And on the error now, we have bases loaded for the Dinos.
Second error on the day from Jensen, and second time it's proved pretty costly.
Ball gets past. 1 run comes home for the Carbon Dinos. Ware does a good job coming in. That's the courtesy runner, and the Dinos take a 3-2 lead.
An excellent job taking advantage of the situations. Errors by Grantsville have cost them so far in this contest and looking to continue that trend.
Meeting at the mound for Grantsville. Runners on second and third for the Dinos. It's a 1-0 count with one down, and the Dinos lead 3-2.
And yeah, that's just sloppy play from Grantsville. Jackson Jensen fumbles that ball, can't make the throw, which would have been more than likely a double play to end the inning.
That's a play, you're thinking double play, you get excited. Because you're thinking, oh, man, it's a hard hit ball. I have a chance for a double play. And your mind works a little faster than
your body is moving.
The body is and the ball getting there.
It's like a wide receiver thinking touchdown and then not catching the ball.
So runner on second and third. Bozzoni has a 1-0 count. Strike, 1-1.
And this is a situation where you don't want to be on the opposite end of Jackson Bozzoni, Mr. Consistent in the batter's box.
Manager comes out, talks to Kimber, pitches high in a ball, 2-1 count. What does he tell him in this situation, Aiden?
Settle down. You're okay. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We just need to take a deep breath, settle down, get back to our brand of baseball.
2-1 count, one down. Runners in scoring position on second and third. Pitch by Kimber. Here's a base hit out in left field. One run will score, and they'll hold the second runner at third. So runners on the corner. As the other courtesy runner, Falk comes in and touches base. So, they do a good job what they get put in to do.
And they take full advantage of it. Love what you're seeing from these courtesy runners. Young guys typically in those positions stepping up in a big way for the Dinos.
Runners on the corner. Dinos lead 4-2. One down. We go to the top of the order. Logan Bennett, 0 for 2. Had that pop up to first base and a fly out to right field. Throw over to first. No play there. Just trying to keep him honest. Trying to keep that runner getting into scoring position with only one down. First pitch for the strike. 0-1 count to Logan Bennett. Carbon Dino Baseball, 3A state playoffs. Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. Sonny and Aiden bringing you the action. It's been a good one. 4-2 Dinos. Pitch in for a strike and an 0-2 count.
The break on that throw was what he needed to get into the zone. A good off-speed delivery coming from Kimber.
Runners on the corner for the Dinos. It's a big, I get the feeling it's a big time in this game right now.
It is. No, if Grantsville can escape and not allow any more runners to bleed through, it's going to do them a lot of favors. But Carbon a chance to tag on at least one more in scoring position.
At the top of the order as well. There's a base hit. Left center field. One run scores. It gets past. It goes to the warning track. Rounding the turn. Coming for home. No play at the plate. The Dinos lead 6-2.
Uncharacteristic play from this Grantsville defense, Sonny. They can't grab the ball. They're losing it left and right, slipping, sliding. They just can't make the grabs that they need to do. And another mound visit being called. Wise call by Coach Thornton, trying to settle the seas with any semblance.
4 runs now here in the bottom of the fourth for the Carbon Dinos. We're going to have a pitching change. Gunnar Kimber will come out of the ball game. He'll leave, allowing 5 hits, 6 runs. He had a couple of strikeouts.
And some of those runs, Sonny, coming by virtue of errors that aren't necessarily earned runs. So he has an okay day, but just not the kind of day you expected the Grantsville Cowboys to be having coming in. Colt Thomas, rocking number 45, will take the mound for the Grantsville Cowboys. The junior, seen action in 21 games this season. Bit of a pitching specialist when it comes to this team.
6-2 Dino lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And a pitching change with 1 down and up to bat for the Carbon Dinos, Cash Withers. He's 1 for 2, singled in the first, had the fly to left field.
And Thomas,
that was caught out there by Hammond. I'm sorry, Aiden.
Thomas, the guy you want to see in this situation if you're a Grantsville fan. 1.80 ERA, 2 wins, 0 losses through 9 appearances. If he can get going, Sonny, the Dinos offense could face a little more hardship than they have early on in this game.
So he warms up. 2 runs for both teams in the first inning. We have zeros for both in the second and third. The top of the fourth, 0 for the Cowboys, but the Dinos having a good bottom of the fourth inning with 4 runs, only 1 out. The line is for the Cowboys. They have 2 runs on 3 hits, but they have committed 3 errors. The Dinos have 6 runs on 5 hits with no errors. So the difference in this ball game, in my opinion, are the errors.
And the biggest one that jumps to mind is the error by Jensen, unable to grasp the easy grounder rolling his way. Would have resulted in more than likely a double play and the inning ending before any runs could come through. But unable to turn it, and Dinos take full advantage.
So Bennett gets to second on the mishandle out in the outfield. So runner in scoring position with 1 down, and Cash Withers coming up to the plate.
Grantsville just looking outmatched today. The Dinos playing with all the momentum we saw that they had against Logan.
Withers up to the plate. Thomas looks back at second. His first pitch in for a strike and an 0-1 count.
And we know we can't judge what an outing is going to look like based on what that first throw looks like. But if that's any indicator, Sonny, it might be a good day for Thomas.
Pitch number 2 for a ball and a 1-1 count. Grantsville, the number 2 seed. The Dinos come in number 11. They are not playing like a number 11 team. I'll tell you that much right now. They're playing good baseball.
They're playing lights out, Sonny. Incredible what we've seen from the Dinos.
Look back a couple of times. Thomas pitch. There's a grounder. Shortstop. He'll bobble it. No play. Bennett stays where he's at.
And again, errors, Sonny. Errors are the tale of the tape.
Warren couldn't come up with that time.
The plate number 17, Maddox Wilson.
If you're Coach Thornton, you're probably not very happy with the fielding performance you've seen today.
Maddox Wilson, 1 for 2, had the home run in the first inning, grounded out to third. His second at bat in the third, and the first pitch is high in a ball and a 1-0 count. Runners on first and second, only 1 down. The Dinos have 4 runs in this inning. They lead 6-2.
Wind's starting to pick up a little bit here, too, as well. Could start playing a factor again. No storm clouds, though, in our vicinity.
Thomas looks back at second a couple of times. The pitch, foul to the backstop, and a 1-1 count.
And Maddox, again, hitting that shot in the bottom of the first inning that knocked this game up at 2.
Wynn going from right to left, swing and a miss, 1-2 count.
That one high out of the zone, but a swing with bad intentions from Maddox Wilson. He wants to take another 1 yard.
He liked that pitch.
He did.
1-1 count. Green light, took a hard swing. Now 1-2 count with 1 down. 2 runners on first and second. Looks back, fouled away over the top of us out into the parking lot, and the count remains 1-2.
Good job by Wilson making contact and keeping himself alive in the at-bat.
One-two count, looks back at second. Shot to third. Fielded by Jensen, makes the out at third for out number 2.
But again, he just...
kind of fielder's choice type of thing there. So we still have runners on first and second, but we have 2 down.
Just couldn't grab it again, Sonny. That's been the theme in the infield for the Cowboys, is they just cannot get a hold of these ground balls coming their way, and it's cost them.
These are hot ground balls, though. These aren't little bloopers. These are hit hard. Jordan Nichols up. Runners on first and second. 0 for 2. Struck out in the third. Grounded. That's a base hit. Out to left field. Lands right in front of him. Runner rounds third. Play at the plate. They got him.
Grantsville avoids some major damage with the play at the plate. Excellent communication on getting that ball to the infield and getting the out at home. saves another runner from coming through from Carbon, keeps it a more manageable 4-run deficit for Grantsville. Carbon shows they can score 4 runs in a frame. Now Grantsville, a chance to prove that their offense hasn't stagnated over the past few days.
Well, Nichols gets the base hit. They send him. I like the aggressive play. Had to be a great play to get the out, and that's exactly what Grantsville did, but not before the Dinos score 4 in the bottom of the 4. So as we go to the top of the 5th, Dinos lead 6-2 when we come back.
Diagnostics?
Check.
Transmissions?
Check.
Oil changes?
Check. Checks Auto Repair. Honest, affordable, and customer focused. Checks Auto Repair is new to the community. From diagnostics to engine repairs or any other service, you get a flat hourly labor rate with no hidden fees.
East Main Street, next to Arby's and Price. Follow Checks Auto Repair on Facebook. Call 630-6699. Check engine light?
Take it to Checks.
It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So the Dinos, the line on the bottom of the 4th inning, they get 4 runs on 3 hits, helped by the 3 errors by Grantsville. The Dinos leave 1 on base. We sit with a 6-2 Carbon Dino lead as we go to the top of the 5th, and Paxton Falk back out on the mound for the Dinos.
He's had a great game, son. He gave up 2 runs in the first, but since then he has been lights out up on the hill, trying to continue that as we do start to see some action over in the Carbon bullpen, just getting ready for a later game situation.
Leading off the top of the 5th for the Cowboys, number 8.
Jordan Fossen will come to the plate. Singled, scored in the first, hit by a pitch in the second. He's touched first base on both at bats. Paxton's pitch. Swing and a miss, and an 0-1 count.
A lot of power behind that swing. Fossen not messing around anymore, trying to get something going, and the Cowboys need a rally.
Dinos want to come back tomorrow. They need the win. There's a base hit. Right center field. Where will come over to scoop it up, but not before the single for Fossen in the leadoff. Man on base for Grantsville. Riley Williams up. 0 for 2, grounded out to shortstop, struck out.
You think 1-2 pitches before Fossen tries to steal?
Riley Williams.
Urbanic already keeping an eye on him. Communicating out with Sandoval in second.
Runner on first with nobody down. Pitch to Williams, runner goes. Fly ball goes out of play. Down the first, well, not down the first baseline, down first base, out of play. Way out of play.
Yeah, stayed to the line for a second.
Yeah.
And then quickly deviated from that path.
0-1 count. Nobody down, runner on first. Dinos up 4. Top of 5. Falk looks over at first. Throw is high. Urbanic looks over at first. Shows a little sign to throw the ball, just decides not to. Back to Falk it goes, and the count is 1-1.
You got to keep Fossen in check, son. He's got 2 steals on 2 hits. So anytime he's on base, he's going.
The chances are he's going. Throw over to first. No play there.
But he's doing so tactfully. Like he's making sure that he's still within distance if he needs to get back. He can do so without any problem.
Think they send him on this pitch. We'll see.
More than likely.
Pretty good sized lead. There he goes. Base hit. Right center. Fielded once again by Ware. Rounding third. Are they going to send him? No. They'll keep the runners on the corner with nobody down.
Wise decision last second to call him back and hold him at third. That could have been a recipe for disaster and an out at home plate. Grantsville looking much more composed offensively than they have the past several innings, trying to find a way to mount a comeback, and now with a runner in scoring position, prime time to make that happen.
First baseman number 48, the senior Peyton Cummings, up to bat, 0 for 2. Grounded out to shortstop, flew out to second. His 2 at bats. On deck, Jackson Jensen. Remember, he had the home run in the first inning. So runners on first and third with nobody down. Chance for a rally inning now for Grantsville. Falk looks over at first. See if they send him. There he goes. The throw. Cut off by Sandoval, and they keep the runner at third.
And now 2 runners in scoring position, Sonny. They need 4 to tie this game up, but you don't need it all at once. However, with it being the top of the 5th inning, time is starting to dwindle. You need 1 or 2 or even 3 if you want to try and get back into this contest.
Falk looks back at second, looks over at third. The pitch. Fly ball, right field will land for a base hit. 1 run scores, they send him. The play at the plate, not in time. 2 runs come in for Grantsville.
Well, and Sonny, we talk about momentum-changing plays all the time. And yet it's happened twice defensively now for Grantsville. I feel the setup for this inning came, and the confidence they're feeling now came when they had the big play at home plate, stopping another Dino run from bleeding through.
3 singles in this inning, all of them to right center or right field.
And they're just hitting it shallow enough. Maybe the Dinos consider bringing them up, but then you risk a power hitter like Jensen coming to the plate and making you pay for that decision.
Jensen 1 for 2, home run in the first inning, scored, of course. Fly out to center field in the third. Runner at first. It's a 6-4 game. 2 runs scoring here in the top of the 5th for Grantsville. There's a base hit between short and third, out into left field. Withers will bring it in. It will be a single, and runners on first and second. So 4 singles, back-to-back, back-to-back.
Seeing some action right now over in the Dinos bullpen. A plethora of pitchers preparing for a potential spot in this game. Mound visit comes in. This could be the turning point.
I seen a shake of the head by Coach Smith. I think somebody's going to come in here. We'll see. As they have a mound visit, 6-4. The score, nobody down. 2 runs in the first for the Cowboys. They did not score in the second, third, and fourth. No outs here in the top of the 5th. They have 2. The Dinos scored 2 in the first, no runs in the second, third. A big 4 innings in the bottom of the 4th, but as Grantsville always does, they always answer back. That's why they're such a good team.
They do, and they find ways to win, as they did yesterday, Sonny. Right now, warming up in the bullpen, we see the likes of Canyon Grant as well as Logan Curtis. We saw Curtis earlier today. He threw 20 pitches, well below the 35-pitch threshold. He has 55 to work with if he does come to the plate, but looks like they are going to stick
They're going to stick
Falk.
with Paxton Falk.
Now at the plate number 2, Easton Hammond.
So runners on first and second. Easton Hammond singled in the first, flew out to center field in the third inning, so he is 1 for 2 on the day.
372 hitter normally for Hammond.
Good sized lead at second. Falk with the pitch. They show bunt. Fouled away in an 0-1 count.
And they're just trying to advance those runners into scoring position yet again. Another 2-run strike like they had with 0 outs right now. You have 1 you can give. A sacrifice, but not the end of the world right now.
Yep.
Hammond away.
4 singles in a row out to right field. Kind of got to Falk here in the top of the 5th inning. Tried to lay down the butt. 0-1 count.
And a step off on the hill. Hammond again looking to third base for his instructions. Will he try to lay down the bunt again, or will he have the green light to swing if he sees fit?
Falk has pitched a great game. He has 2 3-up, 3-down innings against a very good offensive Grantsville team.
Yeah, he just went to work. He was unstoppable for a stretch.
Falk looks back at second. Big lead back there. Throws back. No play. That lead was so big, I think Falk said, I've got to throw back.
Got to send a message.
I've got to send a message here because that was a huge lead.
Yeah, I cannot let them think that that is okay and that they're going to keep getting away with that. He had to send the message, make sure that they stay in check with those leads.
0-1 count. The pitch in for a strike, 0-2 count.
Much needed strike falls for Falk. It's been a while since he's seen one of those, but now up 0-2 in the count.
Coach Smith comes to the mound, talks to Paxton Falk. Those 2 quick strikes. 0-2 count, nobody down. Looks back at second. The pitch in the dirt. Nice stop that time by Urbanek. That could have been extra bases, but he gets in front of it and makes the stop. That's a huge play.
And
for the freshman catcher.
This time, instead of using his chest protector, uses his face guard, blocks that ball downwards, stops any runs from advancing.
Your catcher, you keep that ball in front of you. Let it hit you. It doesn't matter. Just keep it in front of you. That's the key. He does a great job at that. There's the pitch, high in a ball, 2-2.
And patience is a virtue, says Hammond, as he watches that one flirt with the zone, go soaring barely over it for ball number 2.
Patton Rose on deck. Took a walk. So he's got a good eye, and he's up next. Runners on first and second with nobody down. Falk looks back at second a couple of times. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a strikeout.
Much needed strikeout coming for Falk. Escapes from that. Gets the first out of the inning. Much needed for the Dinos as Rose steps to the plate, the .319 hitter.
Smith comes out to the mound, calms Falk down. Gets his strikeout, number 3. Runners on first and second with one down. Patton Rose up to bat. As we said, he walked, grounded out. So he's 0 for 1, but he did reach on a walk. Falk with the pitch. High fly ball. Does it stay in play? The heel comes over. Can't make the play.
Oh, wind definitely played a little bit of a role in that one. It's back up, and it's blowing from right to left. Hard to track that one through the air, but a lucky break for the Cowboys that one does not drop into the glove of Vigil.
Well, that ball was a mile in the air. You have wind going from right field to left field. And gave Vigil a little bit of a problem.
Not necessarily the sun shining in your eyes, but those stadium lights around us are starting to play their role.
A little different for them, playing with lights, so the count is 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
A runner in scoring position left here, Sonny. That would hurt for Grantsville. They want to bring him home.
Good size lead at second, good size lead at first. Falk looks back at second. Shortstop peels off and steps off the rubber, does Falk, and will do it again.
Rose back into the box.
Same situation with the lead. Bozzoni doesn't cover second. Pitches in for a ball and a 1-2 count.
That one flirting low with the zone. Almost hits the bottom of it, but luckily for Rose, not called so.
Good eye for Rose to let that one go through. 1-2 the count with one down. Runners first and second. 6-4 Dino lead, top of the 5th. Falk looks back at second. The pitch. Swing and a miss and the strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts since Coach Smith went out and talked to Paxton Falk.
Whatever he said, Sonny, it's working because Falk back to his form from the second through the 4th innings where they blanked the Cowboys. 2 runs come through, a quick message from Coach Smith, and now Falk back in his rhythm.
Carter Reed hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, grounded out the 3rd. So he's 0 for 1 in the ballgame. That was in the 4th inning. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Falk with the pitch, in there for a strike and an 0-1 count. Gets ahead of the batter again for the 3rd straight time.
And this time it's against Reed, the .311 hitter. He has 21 RBIs on the year, trying to add 22 and 23.
Falk looks back at second. Runner's been at second for a while. That pitch in the dirt. Urbana keeps it in front of him, but never mind, the runners will advance. He did a good job keeping the ball in front of it. Just took a bad bounce. The runners advanced. So we have 2 runners now in scoring position on second and third with a 1-1 count and 2 down.
Now that second strikeout feels ever more important, Sonny, because that takes out any possibility of a sacrifice fly.
Right. Pass ball, though, scores a run.
High stakes.
I mean, 90% of the time in this ballpark, a pass ball is going to score a run when you have somebody on third.
Mm-hmm. It's too far back to try and make that play.
Falk looks back at second, has a runner on third. Doesn't worry about him. The pitch outside for the ball in a 2-1 count. This has been a great game so far here in the top of the 5th.
Oh, it's been spectacular, Sonny. Both teams battling. Dinos don't want to go home. Grantsville wants to punch their ticket to the state title game.
Pitch just missed. 3-1 count. That was close. Missed. 3-1 count with 2 down.
We're seeing Grantsville rally with 3 outs before.
Second and third with 2 down. 3-1 count. Big pitch here. The pitch. Foul to the backstop. We'll have a full count. This one's even bigger.
And standing on deck, ready to go step into the batter's box, will be Thomas, the pitcher. 21 games played, Sonny. He's yet to record a hit.
Three-two count. Runners will be going. There's the pitch. Fly ball. Left field. Withers back. Off the wall. 1 run scores. The throw to second. Not in time. 2 runs score. We're tied at 6.
Sonny, I know we always talk about games making our heart race. I don't think I have ever felt more excitement than I have in this game because of how well things have been played.
Oh, yes.
Carbon goes up 6-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Grantsville responds in the top of the 5th with 4 runs of their own and another runner in scoring position.
Colt Thomas, the pitcher, up to bat. Dunleavy will be the courtesy runner for Grantsville. We're tied at 6, so the 4 runs the Dinos got in the 4th, we've said it. I don't know how many times we've said it. Once again, the Cowboys answer with 4 runs of their own in the top of the 5th, and we're back to a tie game. Pitch is outside and a ball in a 1-0 count.
And good teams find ways to win, Sonny. And I wonder right now, with the situation 2 outs and now ahead in the count 1-0, if they're going to take a Chicken Little approach here with the man who's yet to collect a hit this season, don't swing.
That was a full count hit to score 2 runs.
Talk about high stakes. Bounces off the outfield wall.
Fly ball over the top of the backstop, over the top of the grandstands. Out of play.
That one hitting the ticket booth. That's a new place for those balls to land. It looks like Canyon View returning to the ball field, getting ready for their showdown following this game against the Cougars of Union.
That's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a really good one. I'm excited.
0-2 count with 2 down. They're checking it. Is it 0-2 or 1-1? It's 1-1.
I have 1-1.
It's 1-1. They'll fix it. There we go. 1-1 with 2 down. Runner at second. Thomas the batter. Ball clicks back at second. The pitch. Low. Pastor Bannock, he's looking for it. Can't find it. Runner advances to third. Probably could have got home. They don't take the chance with 2 down. They'll leave him at third.
And I go both ways on that one, so I can understand the perspective of not going, of going. I don't think you risk it because you don't know if that fumbling after the fact is going to happen. It's best to just stay put, especially when you're ahead in the count. 2-1 now.
2-1 count with 2 down. Runner at third. Thomas steps back into the batter's box. Ball clicks over at third. The pitch, low on a ball, 3-1 count.
And you can tell the extra runs coming through have gotten back into Falk's head. Warming up in the box, you got Warren, the sophomore, bottom of the lineup for Grantsville.
Falk looks over at third again. The pitch, swing and a miss. 3-2 count.
And it was a hitter's delight. 3-1 count. You take the risk if you feel good about it.
2-1 count when they didn't send him. Maybe that's why they didn't send him, because the batter was ahead on the count. Keep him at third with 2 down. See what happens. Strike 3. You watched it go by. And that is strikeout number 5 for Falk. But not before. A 4-run top of the 5th inning for Grantsville. They answer back.
Yeah, and that's been the theme of the game. Sonny, both teams going back and forth, trading blows. Now going to continue on as the Dinos have a chance to reclaim their lead going into the bottom of the 5th.
So Grantsville, 4 runs on 5 hits. No errors and 1 runner left on base. And so when we come to the bottom of the 5th inning, we are knotted up at 6. Coming up to bat for the Carbon Dinos. When we come back, will be Bodie Ware.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Brody Ware will take the batter's box for the Carbon Dinos. He's 1 for 2, doubled in the first inning, struck out in the fourth. Now, the Dinos, they give their 4 runs back. We're tied at 6. Starting all over again. Not quite yet because the Dinos have the opportunity in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, not quite yet. They have an opportunity, but Grantsville, with the pitching change to Colt Thomas, have looked much improved from what they saw. And that's sometimes what Grantsville needs to do is they turn to the bullpen and they find players who can pitch very well in those relief slots. Maybe their starters aren't getting the results that they want to. They have a plethora of arm talent they can pick from.
Brody had that good double in the first inning. See if he can match that here to start the 5th inning. Thomas with the pitch. In the dirt, gets past the catcher. Doesn't matter, a 1-0 count. Nobody on.
Yeah, no harm, no foul on that one.
Pitch number 2 to Ware. High in a ball, 2-0.
That one finding the glove of the catcher, though, a little more hope inspired from that one.
Success when you get the leadoff batter on base is huge. Fouled into the seats. The count 2-1. It really is. If you look at the innings, every time somebody gets the leadoff on base, good things happen. Pitch by Thomas. In for a strike, and we're tied at 2-2 now.
And Thomas
fell behind 2-0, but Thomas does a good job to get it even.
Yeah, gets back into this at-bat. Sometimes it takes a few pitches to get into your rhythm for the inning.
Low in a ball, full count.
The Grantsville
that was
Loyal,
close.
Yeah, Grantsville Loyal not happy with that one. We've heard the Carbon Dinos Loyal not happy with a few of them. Overall, I think it's been very well called.
Carbon happy with that. Grantsville not. 50-50. That's what happens when you're an umpire. Pitch it. Call a strike.
Yeah, no, Sonny, you talk about positions where you're not going to make everyone happy. That's literally what the definition of what an umpire does. Only one side going to be happy with each given call.
Brody actually got out of the way. He thought that was inside. Umpire rings him up for the strike and 1 down. Coming up, Jason Urbanek. Flew out to right field in the first inning, walked and scored a run in the 4th. Pitch by Thomas. Grounder, shortstop Warren makes the play, throw to first, can't make the catch. The throw just a little bit off to the right, tried to reach out for it and keep his foot on the plate, couldn't do it.
You know, you can hear some very angry parents on that one. Just an unfortunate turn of events. That time the struggle wasn't on the reception, it was the throw and the ensuing catch that they weren't able to convert on.
Courtesy runner. Ware comes in again, did good last time.
Yeah, scoring that run in Urbanek's stead, able to round the base path.
Did his job well. See if he can do it again. 1 down, runner at first. Paxton Falk up to bat.
And a lot of
grounded out to shortstop, walked and scored in the 4th. Fly ball, second base. Taylor makes the catch. Or the out.
Throughout this game, Sonny, it feels like a lot of the woes for Grantsville have been self-inflicted. Errors in the field, the inability to make a catch. That's something that's come back to bite him a few times. Luckily, Holding Ware currently on first base hasn't been able to see himself advance.
Caden Sandoval reached on an error in the 4th inning, scored the run, struck out in the 2nd.
Number 20.
Actually, we're going to have Ricky Sandoval coming into the ball game.
Ricky has had quite the state tournament, Sonny. He has collected a total of 4 RBIs for himself coming in these pinch hit situations. Opposing pitchers just haven't been able to figure him out.
See what Sandoval can do here in this situation. Tied at 6 with 2 down. Runner at first for the Carbon Dinos. Thomas looks over at first. Decent sized lead over there by Ware in the first pitch. Off the mark for a ball and a 1-0 count.
And it feels more important than ever for Grantsville that they are able to get through this inning without any runs coming through. You've knotted up at 6. You have the offensive momentum on your side. You can keep it going on the defensive side. Then you can do some damage heading in to the top of the next inning.
High and inside. 2-0 count. Ricky Sandoval ahead of the pitcher here with the 2-0 count. Runner at first, 2 down. Tied at 6, bottom of the 5th. High and a ball. 3-0 count.
And normally when we see Ricky Sandoval, Sonny, he's in pads playing linebacker for the Dinos, and he is a missile. He seeks you down, and he brings you down. I believe he led the team in tackles this season.
2 down, 3-0 count. You give him the green light, you take on this.
Yeah, I think you take on this. Give him the green light, see what he can do. He's had success thus far.
Takes the pitch for the strike and a 3-1 count.
I still think you have the green light special. This is a hitter's delight right now. If this one goes strike, then you have to be a little more tactical about what you're swinging at, what you're not, and letting pass through.
Minimum size lead over at first for Ware. Thomas's pitch is high, but it hit the bat, and the catcher makes the catch, and that ends the inning.
Well, Sonny, we talk about that's a momentum swinger. It's a nonsense play, but it's a momentum swinger. Yesterday, it got done on the defensive side with a double play from the Cowboys. They turned it to end an inning in which Carbon was raring to score. This time, what looked to be an easy walk to first bounces off the bat of Sandoval right into the waiting glove of the catcher. You don't see a play like that very often.
That ball was so far inside that he stepped back, he had the bat up high, and it hit the bat. It would have been a walk. It hit the bat, went up in the air, and went right into the catcher's glove. Hey, that's a good play by Reed to make the catch.
It's awareness.
In the inning.
It's good awareness from Reed. Just you don't expect that to happen. I don't think you can necessarily blame Sandoval for that out. That was just a series of unfortunate events coming through that allowed that to happen. And pitching change coming up for the Carbon Dinos. Canyon Grant, rocking number 10, going to be standing on the mound for Carbon. Falk's Day comes to a close.
The line on the bottom of the 5th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. As we go to the top of the 6th, we got a good one. We are tied at 6 when we come back.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So welcome back as Grant takes over pitching. Falk will go to third. Falk has 5 strikeouts in the game. He allows 8 hits, 6 runs. Pitched a great game. He's got the Dinos tied at 6 against Grantsville.
You can't ask much more than that.
No, did a great job. First pitch of the ball and a 1-0 count.
And looking at the stats for Grant, a 4.98 ERA for the young man through 11 appearances and 1 start underneath his belt, the senior.
Low and a ball and a 2-0 count.
It's always hard coming into a game from the bullpen, Sonny. You get minimum warm-up time in between innings, and then you're thrown right into the action.
Pitch to Warren. Swing and a miss. 2-1 count. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning, struck out in the fourth. So he's 0 for 1.
And Warren, the 191 hitter for Grantsville, on that hit by pitch, he tried to steal about 2 throws later and was picked off successfully by the Dinos.
Warren's going to walk it off. That foul ball went off the bottom, either his foot or his leg.
It made some contact with the lower extremity.
That hurts.
It does. No, that stings.
Grant with the pitch. High and a 2-2 count.
Now flirting with a walk at the plate. Warren trying to bounce back from that little stinger.
3-1 count. Here's a little bouncer. Bozzoni will field it. Throw to first. Got him! What a play by Bozzoni. Stuck with it. Beautiful throw to Wilson. Makes the play for the out, number 1.
Action. Jackson Bozzoni strikes again. The field at short. The throw to Wilson at first. The out for the Dinos.
Number 8,
Jordan Fawson. 2 for 2. Couple of singles. Scored a couple of runs. Was hit by a pitch in the second inning. He has touched first base all 3 times he's went to the plate. And the pitch by Grant is inside and a ball in a 1-0 count with 1 down.
And the thing with Fawson, he doesn't get on base with extra base hits. He likes to hit singles. He hits short ones into shallow outfield. But he's so fast on the stolen base path that it's hard to stop him.
To Bozzoni. Throw to first. This time not in time. The slide at first might have got him there safe.
And it's been multiple times where we've seen what essentially is becoming Fawson light in Warren. He'll try and do something, and he will not be able to do it successfully. But then Fawson comes in, and he just has that extra burst of speed behind him that allows him to reach base safely.
Touches first base 4 times in 4 bats with 3 singles and hit by a pitch. Up Riley Williams. 1 for 3, scored a run in the 5th inning with that single. Grounder, Bozzoni gets past him. Goes out in the center field. Bennett throws it in. No play at third. And it's a stand-up double. And runners at second and third for Grantsville.
Go. I had a spider. Spider was on my mouthpiece. Only in Ogden, Utah, Sonny. Only in Ogden.
Runners at second and third. 6-6 game. Top of the 6th. Peyton Cummings up to bat.
I was paying so much attention to the action that I got distracted. I forgot to see what was in front of my own face.
1 for 3 on the day for Peyton Cummings. The pitch. Inside and a ball and a 1-0 count.
And right now, Grantsville taking full advantage of this pitching change. 2 runners in scoring positions. You have the top of your lineup, which is particularly lethal, sitting in place.
Grant pitches high and a 2-0 count.
And he could walk the base loaded here, Sonny, and that's unfortunately something we've become quite accustomed to seeing here on day 3 of the state tournament when you have to dig deep into those pitching reserves. Carbon, up to this point, been pretty stellar.
You don't. Here's a base hit left field. Withers will field it, but 1 run scores. No play at the plate, too late. 2-run score. And Grantsville has an 8-6 lead.
Well, Sonny, good teams find a way to get things done, and the Grantsville fans on their feet, rightfully so. What a series for Grantsville. 3 in a row, 3 singles yet again, death by single, and they continue to pour on the runs.
Runner on first. I was just getting ready to say you don't want to walk him because you don't want bases loaded with Jackson Jensen coming up. He's 2 for 3, has the home run. Don't have to worry about that with a nice base hit there by Peyton Cummings. Gets a couple of RBIs, and it's a 8-6 Grantsville lead. Runner on first with 1 down. Grant, pitch. Inside of the ball, 1-0 count.
And Sonny, we talk about momentum plays all the time. Grantsville has had several of them. The bats stay hot from the last 4-run inning. 2 more come through to give them the 8-6 lead.
Ball 2. 2-0 count with 1 down. Runner at first.
It's getting closer to do or die time for the Dinos now. They need to find a way to escape from this inning first.
2-run game. 6 runs so far in the last 2 innings. For Grantsville, there's a strike and a 2-1 count.
Yeah, they've come alive late like they did yesterday. It was a scoreless first 4 for Grantsville, but in innings 5 and 6, that's where Grantsville made their comeback yesterday to defeat the Dinos 6-4. Now doing it again just with a higher tally.
Fly ball, right center, will land at the warning tracks. Where gets the ball in, Well, there'll be a play at home. They'll hold him at third, and he'd have been safe because the ball's bouncing around in the infield, but they hold him with only one down, 2 runners in scoring position.
He would have been safe, but I don't think you need any unnecessary drama with only one out. You feel confident with how your team's hitting, especially putting it deep in the outfield. Even a pop fly will bring a runner home and another run across plate. So at Grantsville, I think wise to hold that runner back.
4 singles in a row. Grant will come out of the ball game as Coach Smith goes to the mound and coming in to pitch for the Carbon Dinos. We'll see here.
It's going to be Logan Curtis. We saw him earlier today, Sonny.
Logan Curtis.
Curtis comes in and he switches up the style for the Dinos. He's not necessarily the fastest thrower. He has a decent fastball in his arsenal, but his forte is he likes to clog up the plate with a lot of junk pitches. He excels in those off speeds, those breaks, and that's what helped the Dinos get through Logan earlier today. He has 55 pitches to work with, and with limited innings available, I don't foresee him using all of those pitches.
Third pitcher for the Carbon Dinos in the ball game. Let's go scoring by innings. We started out with a 2-2 game after 1. In the second inning, scoreless for both teams. Third inning, scoreless for both teams. And then the bottom of the 4th inning, Dinos had a great offensive half of inning. They score 4 and they take a 6-2 lead. But since then, like they always do, in the top of the 5th, 4 runs scored by Grantsville. Dinos 0 tied the game up, and here in the top of the 6th with 1 down, they have 2 runs plus runners on second and third. They lead by a score of 8-6.
And Carbon, it's starting to run out of time for them. They have 6 more outs remaining in this game to try and tie this up at the minimum, if not take the lead. Grantsville doing again what we've harped on it time and time again. Good teams find a way to win, and Grantsville, being a very good team, they're finding a way to win.
The bats have been good for the Dinos.
That they have, but the defense as of late has not been at their back, as Grantsville just putting these balls in places where the Dinos are unable to reach.
Easton Hammond, 1 for 3, singled in the first. Fly ball for an out in the third, struck out in the 5th. Curtis looks at third. His first pitch in for a strike and an 0-1 count.
And that's the break I was talking about, Sonny. Starts the pitch and its apex, I'd say it's about 3-4 feet over the zone. Breaks back down to earth and into the strike zone it falls.
That's a great pitch. 0-1 count. Shows bunt. Drops it down. Runner will score. The throw to first in time for out number 2. But another run scores for Grantsville. Makes it 9-6.
And that was just a no-win situation for all parties involved. Already having the sprinting start at third, 1 running to first, 2nd going to third. So much confusion. A blur of black uniforms across the field creates confusion, creates some panic. They get the out in the end, but still a runner on in scoring position for the Cowboys.
Great play.
Spectacular.
The runner on third was halfway home when that bunt got laid down. There was no play at home, so they go to first. First pitch is a ball and a 1-0 count.
And the thing with Curtis coming in, with the exception of that bunt, a lot of the Dinos pitchers rely more on speed. They're high-velocity throwers. That's how they get their outs. That's how they pitch. When you have a more junk ball thrower, someone who relies more on those breaking balls, it throws off the timing.
Grounder goes over to second base, out in the center field. Another run scores on the single. And this has been a good inning for Grantsville. It's the top of the 6th. 3 now have scored.
The bats have been good to them, Sonny. 4 in the top of the 5th. And another one coming across now. Another 4 for Grantsville this inning. They're just they're on fire right now. They found their stride. They're on a roll. This is how Grantsville does it. It takes some time occasionally, but if they can get into a rhythm, this is a scary, scary team.
10-6 the score. Back-to-back 4-run innings. And this one's not done yet. 2 outs. Curtis with the pitch. Base hit. Over Falk at third base. Bounces into left field. Runners at first and second.
and continuing to just add on to that hit total. Grantsville teeing off right now. We saw similar action in game one of bracket play here at Lindquist Field. The Dinos in the bottom of the sixth against the Logan Grizzlies totaled 8 runs, several of them coming in a 2-out rally, and that helped power them to that 10-run victory. Right now, Grantsville taking the role of that one, coming alive. Dawson Dunleavy coming in the courtesy runner position as well. And then at to bat, it's going to be Jake Rounds for Grantsville, wearing number 14. Rounds on the season, 9 games played, 250 average, 8 at-bats for the junior. He's got 2 hits, 3 runs, and 3 RBIs.
He'll come in bat for Thomas. So runners at first and second with 2 down.
And the Dinos just searching for an answer this inning. That's been the theme. They need to get the bats going, and that's an area where throughout the tournament they've been very consistent in that realm. So I wouldn't count Carbon out quite yet. Still lots of baseball to be played, but you want to see him get at least 2 back next inning. You got to make it a more balanced affair. You can't be trying to get all 4 of these back in the bottom of the 7th, where you have that extra addition of stress weighing on the back of your mind, knowing that this is it.
Having a hard time getting the 3rd out here in the top of the 6th. Curtis, runner on first and second. Looks back. Pitch to Rounds. Outside and a ball in a 1-0 count.
And with Grantsville having so much success right off the bat of these pitching changes, it causes chaos for the freshly renewed pitchers who are being inserted into this game in undesirable situations to begin with.
Warren on deck for Grantsville. The pitch in for a strike, and we're even at 1. 2 down with runners on first and second. 4-run top of the 6th. We came into this inning tied at 6. It's now 10-6 Grantsville. Back-to-back 4-run innings. Back at second. Sandoval peels off. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 count.
He was swinging at a whole lot of nothing on that one, so that was way out of the zone. But I think the motion and the normal break we see from Curtis threw him off.
1 strike away to getting out of this inning. Stuck on the 2 outs for a while. Looks back at second. Does Curtis a couple of times. Pitch in. He watches it go by for strike 3.
And that another perfect example of Curtis's breaking ball. He throws it and it hooks right back down into the zone. It's lethal when he can get it going, as he did late on in this frame to get the final out, a much needed out for the Dinos.
4-run score in the top of the 6th, and just like that, Grantsville up 10-6, but the Dinos have the opportunity when we come back in the bottom of the 6th to answer back here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back. Lindquist Field. The line in the top of the 6th inning. 4 runs on 5 hits. 1 error by the Curvin Dinos. They left 2 on base. And that's where we sit now, 10-6 in the Dinos. They need to answer back with a good bottom of the 6th inning here and get back in this game. They're only down 4. Jackson Jensen comes in to pitch for Grantsville. Pitcher number 3 for the Cowboys. So here we go. Coming up to the plate will be Bizzoni. Reached on an error in the 2nd inning. Singled and scored a run in the 4th inning.
And Bizzoni had the home run earlier today.
He did.
Wind blowing to his back yet again, trying to conjure some magic in the bottom of the 6th.
10-6 the pitch. Fouled over the top of us, out of play, and an 0-1 count.
And Bizzoni going to work early. He's trying to make contact. He's swinging because he knows if he doesn't, well, then the hopes of the Dinos get one out slimmer.
Sorry, Aiden. Pitches high and a ball and a 1-1 count.
It's all good, Sonny. I'm just being melodramatic over here.
1-1 count with nobody down. Been a very entertaining baseball game.
It's been an entertaining week of baseball in general. Lots of great games.
Pitch in for a strike. 1-2 count. Nice pitch by Jensen. Jensen comes from third base over to pitch. In the dirt and a 2-2 count.
Now with Jensen, when he's been on, but when he's been off, it's been going into the backstop, and with no runners on base, it's not a problem. But if Bozzoni does make his way over to first, well, you're going to have to make sure that you're at least making contact with the catcher.
Kimber taking over third. There's the pitch. They appeal it. Strike. And the strikeout.
And Jensen,
here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Jensen comes in, faces his first batter, gets strikeout number 1.
Talk about starting off on the right foot, Sonny. It's rare we get to see a relief pitcher come in and deliver a strikeout on the high school level. But Jensen does just that, and does it with some swagger behind it as well.
Strikeout number 5 as a team for the 3 pitchers for Grantsville. And the first pitch in for a strike and an 0-1 count. So 1 down, nobody on for the Dinos, down 4. Pitch is high again. And a 1-1 count.
And Sonny, Jensen, no stranger to pitching against the Dinos. Last time out, he had 1.2 innings pitched, only allowed 1 hit, and recorded a strikeout in a closeout appearance on the mound.
Swing and a miss. Ball was low and away, but Logan Bennett liked it, took a swing at it, and a 1-2 count. Working quick. High in a ball, 2-2. Man, Jackson Jensen does not waste any time on the mound.
He does not, Sonny. That's what makes him a fearsome closer.
The windup, the pitch. Fly ball, center field. Out there to make the catch. Paulson for out. Number 2.
Fawson running that one down with the speed of a cheetah, snatching it out of the air and sending Bennett back to the dugout. Now Cash Withers to the plate. We talked about it a lot in the Logan game, but the Dinos, from top to bottom, are an extremely solid hitting team.
Pitches a ball, 1-0. In between pitches, you're going to have to talk quick because I tell you what, Jensen doesn't waste any time, does he?
I'm going to have to speed up.
He is a quick worker on the mound. 2-0 the count.
Grantsville fans not happy about that one. They thought that was painting the corner. Unfortunately, not the case for Jensen.
It was a good hit by Bennett. Strong hit. Well played. To the backstop it goes in a 3-0 count.
This is the first time we've seen him fall down this far behind Jensen. Maybe does need to take a second, slow down the pace, settle himself, and then get back to work.
I think he just feels comfortable working quick on the mound. Strike. 3-1.
Battling back into it. Withers, a green light special. If he wants to take a swing, he has every right to do so.
Bouncer back. Jensen stops it, picks it up, throws the first in time for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Carbon Dinos. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the top of the 7th. Grantsville 10, Carbon Dinos 6 when we come back.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
We go to the top of the 7th inning on the pitch count. Logan Curtis has 29 pitches. Jackson Jensen with 15.
Yeah, and both of them coming in those relief slots. Curtis only working with 55 pitches after throwing 20 earlier today against Logan in his first closeout of the day. Now trying to get some similar reactions on the mound here. He struggled early on but now he's able to enter in, and he's found his rhythm finally yet again. And stepping to the plate, Dawson Dunleavy going to step to the plate for the Cowboys. Normally see him in the courtesy runner position. Now, first time in the games against Carbon, we've seen Dunleavy step to the plate. He's a .312 hitter, Sonny, so not a slouch at the plate. The junior has collected 14 runs, 5 hits, and 2 RBIs, and 1 hit for extra bases.
He steps in, bats for the first time, top of the 7th inning. He'll lead off for the Cowboys with a 10-6 lead. Logan Curtis on the mound for the Carbon Dinos. 1 strikeout as he came in last inning. 3 pitchers being used by the Dinos, 3 pitchers being used by the Cowboys. Top of 7. Dinos trail by 4. They really need to get a quick inning here.
They do. They need to make sure that they can get operating very quickly. They don't want this going an extended amount of time and giving Grantsville any opportunities to try and come away with the win.
4 runs. Very makeable, the way the Dinos have hit the ball.
It's doable, and we've seen them do it before in the bottom of the 4th. But with all that extra stress that comes with it being the bottom of the 7th and do or die time, I think that makes it adds an extra degree of difficulty.
Yeah, a game that you're having to win absolutely does. That's a good point. Fly ball center field. Bennett's going to go back to the warning track. Can't get to it. Got a glove on it. Would have been a tough catch. Rounding second, going for third. Stand-up triple, yes.
Well, Dawson Dunleavy wastes no time, Sonny, getting involved in the action. A vicious celebration at third, and he earned it with that hit. That was a rare one where it looked like it maybe had a chance with the help of the wind to clear that center field wall.
Great move by the staff. Putting him in the ball game, gets a leadoff triple.
Like we talked about, Coach Thornton is a very intelligent manager of this team. He knows when he can maximize the usage of his guys, and that time does it in spades with Fossen stepping to the plate.
Touched first base every time he has gone to the plate. First pitch of the strike, he's got 3 singles, scored 3 runs. The one time he didn't get the single, he didn't get the chance, he got hit by a pitch.
Then he was able to steal second about 3 pitches later. So this kid, you don't want him anywhere near the bases.
Huge game for him. The windup to pitch outside and a ball and a 1-1 count.
Diving grab by Urbanic saves that from a Grantsville run coming through. That goes to the backstop. We've talked about it before. That's going to be an easy path for Dunleavy across home plate.
Pitch by Curtis. Shot right back to him. Throw to third. Got him in a pickle as they try to run him down. They'll go back and forth. Runner goes to second, and they get the out.
And, you know,
that's a good play.
That's the out you want to get. You want to be able to get that one that stops the run from crossing home plate. However, while the pickle was happening, Jordan Fossen taking full advantage of the chaos along the third base line, and he sprints to second.
That's okay. You can't worry about that right now because we just said they got to get out of this inning with no runs. They don't let that run cross home plate. Still a runner at second, but it's still 10-6 with 1 down. That's a great play for the Dinos.
Less of a good or bad thing, more of just the observation if that's where Fossen ended up.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think the right move is definitely to stop that runner from crossing home, especially when you're trying to mount a comeback this late into the contest.
Williams 2 for 4, 2-run score. Pitches a ball in the dirt. Nice stop by Urbanic. Runner stays at second. 1-0 count. Cummings on deck. He's 2 for 4 as well.
It's a scary part of the Grantsville lineup.
Pitch is down low. And a 2-0 count.
Jumping ahead in the count, trying to get ahead.
In the last 2 innings, the 6 runs scored have been by the top 4 batters that started the lineup for Grantsville.
And you can see
Pitches a ball in a 3-0 count. Fossen scored twice. Williams scored twice, Cummings scored once, and Jensen scored once.
And you can see why. Not only do they put the ball in play, but they're very intelligent along the base path. They know when to steal, when to stay put, and that gives them an extra advantage as they try and cross home plate.
Pitch. Got the corner for a strike and a 3-1 count. Nice pitch by Curtis.
And he's doing everything he can to make sure that he doesn't allow any runs to get through. With 1 out in the inning, he's one step closer to trying and getting to the bottom of the 7th unscathed.
Stays in the game against Williams with that strike. 3-1 count with 1 down. There's the pitch. Strike 2. Got the corner again. Nice pitch. Full count now. He's worked his way back from a 3-0 to a 3-2.
That was as good as it gets. A nice little curve back into the zone. And now, full count.
Big lead at second. Doesn't look. Pitch. Grounder. Bizzoni fields it. Looks off third. Throw to first. And time for the out, number 2.
And even with Fossen on third, that out makes it so that the possibility of a sacrifice fly is out of the question. They're not going to be able to utilize that to bring one more insurance run across the plate. The Dinos have been in some danger, but they have been able to recover extremely well.
Peyton Cummings, 2 for 4, a couple of singles in the 5th and the 6th. Scored in the 6th. Has a runner on third, chance for an RBI with 2 down. Curtis looks over at third. Pitch, fly ball, center field. Logan Bennett comes in, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning.
The Dinos needed to make that a quick one, and they do just that. Bennett brings a close to the top of the 7th, and Grantsville, despite having the opportunities, is not able to convert on any of them. They go into the bottom of the 7th scoreless, and now looking to close this one out defensively.
Well, they get that triple from Dunleavy. He stands on third, so that's a great job by Curtis and a great job by the defense for the Carbon Dinos to not allow a run. Now it's a 4-run game. You know, a bases loaded and a home run, that's a tie game. That one run that they saved on third base could be huge. We'll see. Because 5-run lead and a 4-run lead is quite a bit of difference, especially once you start getting base runners.
It is. If you can still get back into this game with a grand slam, it feels like you have a better chance. And stepping to the plate first to open up this inning, Sonny, someone who's no stranger to power hitting, Maddox Wilson, helped the Dinos to that 2-2 tie early on in the game. Now, when the lights are shining brightest, he's going to try and step up and get the Dinos back onto the board.
The line on the top of the 7th inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll keep it here. 10-6. Dinos need some runs here to keep their season alive.
Yeah, it's do or die time, Sonny. There really is no other way to put it. You don't win this game, your season is done. And I know that's weighing heavily on the minds of the senior players of the Dinos.
You think Grantsville wants to see Carbon again?
No.
I don't think they do.
No,
I really don't.
Team who scared you twice in a row now.
Yes.
And they have given you the fight of a life. More fight than any team in the playoffs have presented to you so far. Heck, more fight than most teams in the regular season gave the Cowboys. They want to make sure that they can escape this without having to risk another round 3 with Carbon.
The pitch to Wilson is high in a ball. Wilson is 1 for 2 in a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. He had the home run in the 1st inning. Pitch by Jensen. High and inside once again. That's a 2-0 count.
I think Jensen a little intimidated by the sheer size and stature of Wilson and
Reed says,
power.
The catcher Reed says, bring him down. He listens. Strike, 2-1 count.
And just those first 2, it's a little too high over the zone. Right call, lower him down. Now you're cooking with fire.
2-1 count. Jensen with the pitch. Low in the ball, 3-1. Important that the Dinos get the leadoff runner on base.
Yes, that is the best sign of success that they could have.
The pitch. Line drive, third base. Covered there by Warren. Did he get it? No. Jimber, actually, the third baseman, throw to first, not in time. And the single for Maddox Wilson.
I think Maddox had him beat by a good 5 feet. It was going to be a closer call, but one that you couldn't really dispute. Maddox had that one dead to rights.
The Dinos get the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 7th, down 4. Jordan Nichols up. 1 for 3, singled his last at bat, and the first pitch is in for a strike.
And Jensen back to the pace he's normally working at, quickly navigating even a quicker checkup on Wilson on first.
Wilson, decent lead. Pitches a ball and a 1-1 count.
Jensen flicks the wrist, knows it's just slipped from his fingertips that go around.
1-1 count. Jensen looks over his shoulder a couple of times. Wind up in the pitch. Low on the ball. 2-1.
And that one flirting with it. The Dinos fans rowdy, the dugout even rowdier. They want this rally to come to fruition.
Wind up in the pitch. In for a strike. 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody down. Maddox Wilson stands on first. 10-6 score in favor of Grantsville. Jensen with the pitch. Low on the ball. We're full. 3-2 count.
If they had ABS at the high school level, that would have been an immediate challenge by Reed behind home plate. He thought that was a strike, but umpire says otherwise. Full count.
Huge pitch. Foul down the third base line. Nichols stays alive. 3-2.
That
was a strike.
That was going to be a strike
yes.
for sure. Right down the pipeline. Nichols, glad he made some contact on that one. Keeps the inning going.
Looks over at first, does Jensen once again. The wind up to pitch. That's low on the ball, and it gets past, but it doesn't matter the walk. And runners on first and second for the Dinos, and an opportunity here. That's exactly how they needed to start this inning. We're going to have a mound visit by the catcher. He's going to go out and talk to Jensen. So Reed goes out, talks to Jensen. Up to bat for the Carbon Diners, Brody Ware.
And again, another lethal hitter for Carbon, Sonny. This stretch of the lineup does not mess around. A .317 hitter throughout the regular season. 26 hits for 14 RBIs and a chance to cut into the deficit.
1 for 3, doubled in the first. Last 2 at-bats, he struck out. Looking back at second is Jensen. The windup, the pitch. High in a ball, 1-0.
It looks like more than anyone, the pressure getting to Jensen, knowing the stakes on the line. He hasn't been able to find the strike zone as efficiently.
Jensen looks back at second once again. Wilson takes a lead. Chance for a double play. Kimber makes the tag. Wait a minute. We're going to see what they say here. I thought he made the tag.
It looked like he made the tag. I don't know.
They said he did, and they will send Wilson. Now he goes back to third. Coach Smith comes out talking to the umpire. They're going to have a little conversation.
Getting face to face. Coach Smith getting a little bit animated.
We'll see.
I don't know, Sonny. It looked clear as day up here that he was out.
We'll see.
Opposing chance, Sonny, of safe and out from the Grantsville and Carbon sides. Always fun when the fans get involved, but Wilson will be tagged out. That could have been a double play for the Dinos, so they avoid the worst of it. But Wilson with the tag off third base, out number 1 in the inning for Grantsville.
Jason Urbanek up. Walked in the fourth, scored a run, singled his last at bat. The pitch is in the dirt. The throw to second didn't get him. They almost caught the Dinos with a base running error. The Dinos got back.
That, talking about a close call, Sonny. The out by Wilson at third. Already frustrated Dinos fans. I could not imagine what a call there of out would have done to this crowd.
Count 1-0 with 1 down. Pitch in for a strike and a 1-1 count. However way this game ends, this has been a good game.
This has been spectacular. This was much better than the Logan game. And you and I are both fans of the defense.
Well, these two teams have played well against each other. They've been great games. There's a fly ball short into shallow center field. Coming up to make the play is Fossen for out number 2.
And the Dinos down to their last out as Falk steps to the mound last year, Sonny. His walk-up song was Count Me Out. That's one of the last things that the Grantsville should be doing right now.
Man, you get that base runner on right there. You got bases loaded with Falk coming up. They're giving you the opportunity with a shot to tie this game up.
And Falk, no stranger to clutch power hitting. Last year in Super Regionals against North St. Pete, he struck a home run to even the score before unfortunately falling in that same Super Regional. But he can deliver in big moments.
Jensen's pitch in for a strike and an 0-1 count. Runners on first and second with 2 down. Dinos trail 10-6. Bottom of the 7th, this is it. Jensen looks back at second just for a second. Not too worried about it. Pitch is high in the ball. What do we got? Got a balk. We're going to talk it over again.
Both coaches using all of their appeal power right now to try and get these calls overturned.
That's a play that don't you have to keep that call? I don't know how you can change that.
I don't think you can go back and change that, and I think it sends a poor message.
And they are going to.
Yeah, I think that sends a poor message, Sonny, that by getting out and storming the field as a manager, that's going to give you leeway to overturn that call. I don't like that.
The call was made quickly, and I don't know how you second guess a call that was made so quickly and adamantly. But they're going to bring Falk back. He's going to have to hit again. That would have been bases loaded.
Coach Smith getting a little red-faced, rightfully so. I don't agree with that reversal one bit. Sonny, if you're going to make a call, you got to stick with it. You've officiated before. Wouldn't you say that's one of the core tenets of officiating is you will stick with it?
Yes, I think so. You make the call, you made it for a reason, right? In that situation right there. However, it doesn't matter. They bring it back. Let's do it again. To count 1-1 with 2 down.
And Rob has been tossed. He's going to get his money's worth, it looks like. He had some choice words for the umpire as he was walking back to the dugout that we cannot repeat on air, but he's getting his money's worth on this ejection.
Carbon feels like 2 calls have gone against them late in this game. The play at third and this play right here.
And the play at third, I understand the rationale. That would look like a tag up here. I don't agree with this reversal of the balk, as Coach Smith has to go take a seat in the stands.
We'll have a mound visit.
Yeah, probably needed after all the chaos. Let everyone settle down just a little bit to calm the nerves.
So the count is 1-1 with 2 down.
Yeah, no, we can talk about that all day, but there have been some interesting situations that were out of everyone's control. The one that pops to mind most that changed the momentum in this game was when Ricky Sandoval steps to the plate, tries to get out of the way of the ball, flying right towards his head, docks out of the way, catches the top of his bat, and right into the catcher's mitt for an out. I think that's the play.
That's a good look back there. I kind of forgot about that, but you're right. That was a huge play.
That's the one that sticks out in my mind.
1-1 count with 2 down. Runners at first and second. The windup, the pitch by Jensen. Swing and a miss and a 1-2 count. 1 strike away. Grantsville is from remaining undefeated in this tournament. And the Dinos going home. 1-2 count with 2 down. Runners at first and second for the Dinos. The pitch to Falk. Low in the ball. 2-2. Loaded with 2s. 2 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. 2 runners on. First and second.
My heart is racing, Sonny. Excited to see what this next throw delivers. Hopefully a Dinos hit.
Game a long ways from being over. The pitch by Jensen. Oh, it hits Falk. He seems to be okay. We have bases loaded with the hit by a pitch. Now, 1 crack of the back ties this game up. Coming up to the plate will be Caden Sandoval.
And Sonny, what's that old adage? Ball don't lie. Well, he's going to get his base, like it or not. Falk goes over to first. Bases loaded. And the Dinos, another shot at life.
2 down. Sandoval comes up to bat. Reached on an error and scored in the 4th inning. Struck out in the 2nd.
And they're coming in with a courtesy runner for Falk. That was a pretty hard thrown ball.
It was.
That made contact with his head. Hoping the best for him. That one gotta hurt. Little miscommunication with the skipper out of the stadium.
So, Dinos will have the courtesy runner on first, bases loaded.
It'll be Connor Falk taking his place at first.
And he's done great as a courtesy runner today, hasn't he?
That he has, Sonny, and now a chance to do some real damage as Sandoval going to be stepping to the plate.
Pitch runner.
It's a long ways from being over,
Connor Falk.
and it can be very short to being over in this situation.
No,
it's a 10-6 game, bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th inning for the Dinos.
Both alive and dead are the Dinos. It could go either way. We're not going to know until the next pitch.
I'm sorry, Aiden, in there for a ball and a 1-0 count. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's all good, Sonny. Again, I'm just being melodramatic. Your commentary is what matters here.
1-0 count. The windup of the pitch by Jensen. Swing and a miss. We're even at 1. 1-1 count with bases loaded. Pitch by Jensen. Fouled over the top. Out of play. Into the parking lot. Count 1-2.
Stakes at an all-time high. 1-2 count as Jensen prepares.
1-2 count. Jensen's pitch. High in a ball. We're even at 2. Loaded with 2s. 2 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 down. Bases loaded. Decent lead on third. The pitch is low. We have a full count. 3-2 count. A ball away from making this a 3-score game. A strike away from ending it. The windup, the pitch by Jensen. Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game.
Well, they battled hard until the very end, Sonny. They had lots of opportunities, but at the end of the day, Grantsville had a little luck on their side, and they made the plays down the stretch that mattered most, and they punched their ticket to Friday's state title game, where they will be facing the winner of our next game between the Union Cougars and the Falcons of Canyon View.
The Dinos make a great effort. In the bottom of the 7th, they leave bases loaded. What a game. 10-6, the final score. Grantsville will move on. The season for the Dinos has come to an end. What a great tournament. I mean, Carbon played great. They're 2 losses. They lose to Grantsville. This is a good team. This is a team that had to play and give it everything they had to beat the Dinos, both games.
And Sonny, despite the season not ending in the way you wanted it to, you have to look at the memories these kids have made throughout the state tournament. I mean, not very often are you going to be able to look back and say, yeah, I was a part of a 26-run team in the state tournament. We scored 39 combined runs. We took the number 2 team the distance 2 times. Those are memories that these kids are never going to forget, as it's going to be tough for the Dinos, losing so much senior talent on this squad. Lots of leaders on this team are going to be dearly missed.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left on base to finish the game. The final score, once again, Grantsville 10 and the Carbon Dinos 6. That was a fantastic baseball game that we just watched.
Sonny, it had all the action you could ever want.
Good offense.
Changes, tunes.
Good pitching.
Yeah, everything you could possibly want from a game.
Yes.
This is the best game we've seen played today on day 3 of the tournament because everyone was playing at their best.
Both of the games, Carbon against Grantsville, were good games. 6-4, 10-6.
This has been a fun showdown between these two teams. And I think the Dinos scaring Grantsville twice. They didn't expect that. They did not see that coming.
I think in the 6th inning, I told you, I don't think Grantsville wants to see Carbon again.
Yeah, no, I did not think they did either, Sonny. And the Dinos throwing everything they can, haymaker after haymaker, but unfortunately, Grantsville finds a way to win.
We'll have some final stats and stuff when we come back. The Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. What a game. Final score, Grantsville 10 and the Carbon Dinos 6. Give credit to Grantsville. They fell behind. They have 2 back-to-back 4-run innings. They come back and win again. This team is relentless. They don't give up. They're always in the game, and they find ways to win.
They do, Sonny, and good teams always do. And Grantsville, well, that's a good team.
They do. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. Once again, the final score, Grantsville 10 and the Carbon Dinos 6 when we come back.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Diagnostics?
Check.
Transmissions?
Check.
Oil changes?
Check. Checks Auto Repair. Honest, affordable, and customer focused. Checks Auto Repair is new to the community. From diagnostics to engine repairs or any other service, you get a flat hourly labor rate with no hidden fees.
East Main Street, next to Arby's and Price. Follow Checks Auto Repair on Facebook. Call 630-6699. Check engine light?
Take it to Checks.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a 4-legged word.
Hi, I'm Tim Frame with Cache Valley Bank here in Price. Making the right financial decisions for your future can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. Whether you're planning a new construction project, growing a business, or just looking for a better way to save, my team and I are here to provide the local expertise and personal guidance you deserve. Stop by our lobby or use our drive-thru today. Let's make a plan for your success right here in Castle Valley. Cache Valley Bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches. It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back. Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. Once again, the final score. Grantsville with a win, 10-6 over the Carbon Dinos. The final line for the Dinos. 6 runs on 8 hits. The Cowboys committed 5 errors. The Dinos left 7 on base.
And that's one of the biggest things that's going to impact you, Sonny. 3 of them coming, though, in that last inning, and that makes it sting all the more. You had the opportunity, and you just were unable to convert anything with all those runners on bases. But like we said, you got to give props to Grantsville. Despite the errors, despite some of those self-inflicted wounds, they were able to bounce back, and they were able to secure the win today and punch their ticket to the state championship game.
The line for Grantsville, 10 runs on 14 hits. The Dinos commit 1 error and 7 left on base for Grantsville. But it's enough for them to come out with the win, 10-6. So they beat the Dinos twice, 6-4 and 10-6.
And it was one of the cleanest games we've seen from the Dinos in the field, Sonny.
Great game.
And it's one of the harshest lessons that sports is going to teach you sometimes in life. You can do everything right. You can play a near perfect game, but sometimes that ball's still not going to bounce your way. And at the end of the day, that's just sometimes how life is.
You know, the 10 people that started, counting the DH, we said this is a veteran team for Grantsville, 8 seniors. And, you know, I think that veteran team with the 8 seniors is the reason why they can come back. They don't get rattled. They fall behind. They just stick with their game. They show patience. We've seen them do it twice here against the Dinos, both times.
Yeah, both times they have. And Sonny, this isn't just a group of seniors who have started playing varsity this year. This is a group who, for a majority of their high school career, have been starting at the varsity level. So they have the experience at the highest levels of the high school game. And like you said, they just do not get rattled. They play extremely well under pressure. Most teams finding themselves down 6-2 later into the game, that's when they start cracking under the pressure. But Grantsville able to just buckle down, and they delivered an incredible performance. The bullpen, especially for Grantsville, has been what's impressed me. 2 games in a row, we've seen the pitchers for Grantsville get shelled by Carbon. They take full advantage, but the bullpen has been the steadying ship that the Cowboys have needed, and you know, it helped lead them to a win.
Well, then late in the game, a couple of questionable calls, but it didn't really bother the Dinos. They come up in the bottom of the 7th inning. They have bases loaded. They have the opportunity. That's what they wanted. They get the leadoff batter on base. They have bases loaded. They had the chance. Grantsville gets it done.
It does. And Sonny, we talk about plays that definitely could have gone another way. The one that I always immediately jumps to mind is Sandoval's first out of this state tournament. He's trying to lean out of the way of a fastball flying near his head, and in the process, his bat leaves his shoulder, makes contact with the ball, easy pop fly to Reed behind home plate. It's plays like that, you know, you can always talk about games. Games will primarily be decided by skill. They'll be decided by who shows up and plays the best. But you can't ever fully erase the element of luck that comes around with it. And I think there were moments where Grantsville, they got a little lucky. I mean, and that's the perfect example of that.
I think the play by Reed, that was a heads-up play.
That was. No, that was.
He made a heads-up play at the catcher position. A little bit of luck involved, absolutely, but the play was made. Like you said, they knew how to make the plays. Sad thing about what happened just now, we've watched the seniors play baseball for the last time.
You know, Sonny, and that's always the hardest part of these sports. We talked about it yesterday with Emory. We spend a lot of time around these kids. You get to know them. You get to watch them grow, not just on the court, but also off the court. You see these guys blossom, and we see it in our interviews with them. These are mature kids. They're set up for a lot of success in the next stage of their life, but it's always hard to see one journey come to an end. And, you know, that's the harsh reality of high school sports and sports in general. There is a time where it's going to end. Very few of us ever get to become professionals. But, you know, you do get to leave with those memories that you have with your teammates. And I think the Dinos, throughout this run, have made a lot of memories. Coming in as an 11 seed and finishing as a top 4 team in the state of Utah, a third-place finish, essentially. No one can take that away from you.
No, they can hold their head high when they leave here today. They took the number 2 seeded team to the limit twice. They have no reason to hang their heads. This was a good tournament for the Carbon Dinos. Their bats worked. They played good defense. They were in every game. The games they won pretty convincingly. The games they lost, they were in them. And It was a pretty good tournament for the Carbon Dinos. I think they have no reason to be sad about anything. They should be proud of how they performed here the last 3 days.
And they should, Sonny. They absolutely should. And I think that's something that is important for them to remember and us to remember as fans. The Dinos shocked the world time and time again throughout this run, and we got to make sure we highlight that more than anything. This is a team who, through adversity throughout the year, they were able to come together and they put on a show at the right time.
So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll finish out the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Once again, Grantsville 10 and the Carbon Dinos 6. Grantsville moves on, yet to lose a game in the tournament, and the Carbon Dinos, they are done for the 26th season. We'll be back in a minute.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, These cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap to pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap to pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches. It's the high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back. 3A state playoffs here at Lindquist Field, Ogden, Utah. The 2026 sports season has come to an end, and we've had a lot of good memories this year with football, basketball, baseball. It's been a fun season. 95.3 is where we're usually at for Carbon Sports. 95.3, the peak where the Dinos play, is what we say. Here for the state playoffs, we've been on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. We did some Emory games as well. It's been a great season for Carbon Sports. We've enjoyed it. Some people we'd like to thank.
Yeah, lots of people we want to thank, Sonny. These productions don't happen without a lot of help from the community, and we have a great one here in the Castle Country. First of all, of course, we want to thank Carbon High School for allowing us the opportunity to cover these fine student athletes. We want to thank Athletic Director Ted Bianco. He has been paramount in allowing us to do these games, extremely helpful in getting us these accommodations. I want to thank the administration and the Carbon School District as a whole, as well as other athletic directors and administrators from across the state. They play a vital role in everything we do behind the scenes. And I want to thank all the coaches, too. It takes a lot of work and a lot of guts to come out and volunteer here, volunteer your time, and to spend time mentoring the youth of our future, whether it be Coach Brower in basketball, whether it be Coach Smith here in baseball, whether it be Coach Jordan out in girls basketball, whether it be Coach Milovich in football. Sonny, the coaches always do such a good job, and all the coaches at Carbon High and Emory High both treat us so well. They're always willing to come on, talk with Jordan whenever he asks. It's truly an incredible environment, and ultimately at the end of the day, they're doing this to help promote the kids, and that's what matters most. We want to thank everyone back at the station as well, especially Jordan, our sports director and program director. None of this stuff is getting on without his hard work behind the scenes. Everyone at the station plays a part in that as well. And Sonny, most importantly, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
During these years, during these times, you're my best friend. I wouldn't want to travel the state of Utah with anyone else, Sonny. I love spending time with you, and I'm looking to another fun year with you next year.
I feel the same way, but the coaching staffs, the coaches have been great. They help us prepare for the games. They get us lineups. They come up. They talk to us after the game. They make our broadcast special.
Yeah, we're needy, aren't we?
Yeah, they are, and they do a great job helping us.
They do. They give so much. So if you see any of them in public, give them a thank you. They hear enough harsh complaints. put a smile on their face. Tell them how much you appreciate them, because they really do so much.
Thank Paul Anderson and Jordan Buscarini for allowing us to be able to do this. It's a lot of fun to cover these kids and bring you the action. We say it all the time. We hope you enjoy the broadcast as much as we enjoy bringing it to you, because we really do enjoy it. The final score, once again, 10-6 Grantsville with the win. The Dinos, their season has come to an end. We hope you enjoyed it. Have a great evening here from Lindquist Field. Good night, everybody.